Come over here and look at her over from behind over here.
Oh, Dad. Hi. Hey. Hey.
You gotta do the intro now, Odette. If you're gonna be a good show host, you gotta do the intro. Which one are we on? Which number? Hello and welcome to Arm Wrestling Showcase number 51. This is your this is your host, Odette Fontecchio. There's the man. There's Josh Edwards with Nowhere to Run Arm Wrestling. How's it going? And so far we've got Michael Brown with us. What's up, Michael?
What's up? How's it going?
Very good. And it looks like we got Jeffrey Ray dropping in here pretty soon. So what's going on in arm wrestling this week, baby? Huh? I don't know. What do you think? It's all good, right? Yeah.
Look at her
She's
clapping.
clapping. Yeah. Yeah, she's clapping. Good stuff.
It's all positive. Mike Brown, you are a beast. Beast, my friend. Beast. Yeah. I know that match didn't finish the way you wanted, but
Tell me about it.
You were right there, bro. You were right there.
Thanks, man. Cool. Thanks.
His guy was nuts. We both like knew nothing about him, and we all met at the pool hall the night before, and the guy shows up, and we just gripped up with him a little bit. It was horrible. Guy's a stud.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the guy that you went against is who Caleb is pulling in July on the 13th. Is that correct?
No.
Is it the same guy?
Mm-hmm.
No, that guy's way smaller. I'm not gonna lie.
The guy that Caleb's pulling, or the guy that Kane pulled?
No. Oh, you're talking about the guy Kane pulled. I think the guy that Kane pulled and the guy that Caleb's pulling are very similar in build.
Yeah, I'd say that, but I don't know anything about the guy that he is pulling. Michael, was he there? Did he compete in the tournament?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, so you're 100% sure that it's definitely not the same guy?
Yeah, I saw a picture of him. It's not the same guy.
Oh, okay. I must, yeah, the names maybe were just close or something for me, or maybe my mind is just.
I'll double check and get
there,
back with you, but I've seen the photo of the guy, like I've seen the match promotion, and he didn't look familiar. And I definitely remember the face of the guy Kane went against. So
okay.
Yeah, actually the guy I went against, Josh, he's probably gonna be popping on here with Noel from down there as well. Noel comes up here a lot and he's heavily involved in their community. He's gonna help translate. But yeah, I believe Jose's doing something very similar to what we're doing with the California sponsorship. They're trying to create like a raffle of some sort. It's like really cheap to buy in, and they're doing a raffle to be able to like support some of the up and comers out there in Mexico. So he's going to come on to talk about that a little bit. And I'm just going to pull
I already talked to our counterpart about the February thing that is in the works, and it's all 100% a go. So it's open, it's ready, it's whatever, and we could just start to move forward with that whenever, with the Greg Brown and everything.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the Mexico thing?
Yeah. I'm talking about the U.S. versus Mexico. So yeah, it's already good on this end. We're 100% locked in. It's 100% available any day that we want. We got it. All we got to do is give him a couple weeks notice, and he said even if something is scheduled, he'll move it out of the way. So we're good. We're golden, and we can start to work on that. ASAP.
Perfect. Awesome. So I don't think I've really talked about it much here. We were very
No,
mysterious
that's why I
about
was
it
trying
thus
to
far.
be
No,
cryptic.
you're good. You're good. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to kind of like express what the idea was, and that is yeah, to obviously to do a US versus Mexico kind of thing, really blow it up, do it in Bakersfield. But the big difficulty is it's a lot easier for us to go there, a lot harder for a lot of them to come up here. So we're going to, like, a big part of this, not only are we planning it like a year in advance, this is uh, tentatively going to be happening the top of next year. But we're going to try and work out the logistics to take care of these guys, and anybody that's coming from Mexico to get their accommodations, make it worth it to them in every way that we can. But we're going to be really,
Yeah, we can easily, you and I can, with the help of some others, put our heads together. We can get them a B&B, fully stocked fridge, stuff like that, and
yeah,
have them come and moose bush. I mean, that'd be no problem.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. It's going to be good. What's up, Jeffrey?
What's up, guys?
How you been, man?
Good, man. Good. I'm just busy
Haven't
with all these kids and everything.
haven't seen you since UAL,
hmm
beginning of the year, where you were killing just about every class. And how's family life, dude? You had a new arrival recently, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. About the same age as your little one. Pretty
Yeah.
close. Yeah, yeah. He's a terror running around the house, tearing everything up.
He's already
I
running
know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I saw
around.
that PTSD look to the fucking left right there. Or, excuse my language.
No, you're good. It's the truth. I got to look out for them everywhere because they're coming from all angles, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Odette, she's very like careful, but she is advancing pretty quick. So she's standing on her own and crawling like way too fast. And just today she started climbing the stairs.
Oh, she's
Wow.
standing now?
How old is she?
She is standing. She's 8.5 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a little bit older. He was born in shit, I meant March. Oh shit. March of last year. So he
All
just
right.
turned a year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's those darn little transitional phases that are so
Yeah,
free.
are you planning on having another one, or is you guys are just one and that's it?
We're gonna reevaluate at the 1 year mark, but
Uh-huh.
like even after prepping for like 7 years to have our first kid, the financial, the logistics, the
hmm
type of work we're doing, like all that thing, we're still like, holy crap,
Oh, dude, you're way ahead of me and what you guys are doing. You guys are doing great because I didn't do any of that. I got a bunch of them, and I make it work. I make it work with what we got. So you guys are very smart and taking your time. And I just wanted to tell you, I'm forewarning you. Boys are way different than girls. Way different.
I believe it. So I'm the last male Fontecchio in my family, and it was only that factor that we were at first hoping for a boy. And it was like as soon as we got the news that it was a girl, we were just like it all went away, and we were like so happy and relieved. Um,
hmm
but
hmm
especially for our first, she's been making it so easy. And even if we just stick with Odette, like a name's a name,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same bloodline.
Well, it's in my experience with boys versus girls, because I have an older daughter and I have an older son also, and girls are great when they're younger. They're so sweet and gentle and loving, and when they get older, they turn into crazy people. And then boys are terrorizers when they're young, and then they end up being like really good when they're older too. Like my son is just such a big help, man. It's crazy.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
really have any kids, but in my experience, girls girls mess you up and the boys mess your stuff up.
Yep, you're 100% right. Yep.
I like that. I like that. All right. Hello to
Yeah.
everybody in the chat. We got Arm Truvial in the house. We've got Benjimac holding it down as moderator, saying, hit the like, grow this channel. Please do. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Benji. We got River Welch in the house. What's up, River? He is still currently, I believe, our leader from the north, the California sponsorship. But yeah, both of you guys are in there too, Mike and Jeffrey. And we will go over that. We got lots to talk about today, guys. We're gonna disclose a lot of the North versus South matches as well. My teammate Ahmad is in the house. He says Odette did the intro already. Yeah, man. She's all like her whole life is pretty much arm wrestling and construction too. I've been taking her on the job.
I'm thinking I might hit the steam room. I'm not sure. Might go stretch more. I don't know yet. So yeah, I'll let you know. All right.
What's up, Ian? We can hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You ordering a pizza or what?
No, I was just I was planning out with my gym partner here our routes we're gonna take.
All right. So Ethan is he's my teammate on Alpha Empire. He recently came on board, and he is another one of the bits of proof that we need that 145 class. He's a featherweight that came in, super strong, super talented. My favorite part is he's the only person on the mountain I know that arm wrestles. Yeah, he ended up popping up right here on my mountain down in the mountain area, San Bernardino Mountains. So yeah, I'm hoping to get us our little Alpha Empire North team started up here as well. I like your idea.
Yeah, it'll be super fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I am up in weight. I'm up 5 pounds. Yeah. And that's morning weight, so I'm getting there. I'm at 136 now.
136. Jeez.
Just keep eating, man. Keep eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you one of the
so much
participants for the round robin?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna be. I have prior engagements in another state, but I am excited that there's gonna be some rankings when I get back, and I can work on getting myself into them.
Yeah, I think the 19 or 20 that we have right now, we're gonna have to re-inventory this. But you know, that's not even counting people like Ian. There's others that won't be there as well. And that's great news. Like that's super good news. Like we're having a round robin with the people that can make it, plenty to establish a top 10. But just knowing that we got guys like Ian out there in the state and that side's growing, you know, it just gives us more proof that there's purpose behind it. So I guess the way your tactic is, Ian, is let these guys go do the hard work and create the rank system. And you can watch who the top dog is. Super match. Let's do this.
Exactly.
How long you been pulling, Ian?
I've been like real consistently now. It's been a few months, but I've been
a few months, and you're not in the round robin. Kane, mute him. I'm just playing. No, okay, so that's awesome. So you've been with Alpha Empire ever since you got in?
Yeah. I was living up in Northern California before, and there was no real clubs in the area, so I was practicing a lot with just one buddy I had up there.
He was way up.
And I moved back. Yeah, and then I moved back down here to the IE, and I hit up Derek Smith, and then I've just been arm wrestling with Alpha Empire like every Sunday now.
You were in the Humboldt area?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my kids live.
Have you competed in any of the competitions recently, or
no competitions yet? Yeah, I'm eager to do it. Just gotta find one, like, because I work full time. Plus we live up on the mountain and stuff, so just finding the right time, getting it lined up. But I feel like I'm ready to go. Whatever, I'm pretty excited about it.
you've
the
been
idea
looking
of
good.
competing.
You've been doing the practice matches, which is really important, I think, if you're getting ready to get out there and compete. And doing pretty well in the practice matches too so far. What do you think about your first tournament? Yeah, I don't know if you're willing to go out of state. I think we've got some things coming up, but there's the Arizona State Championship. But I know locally, right here in Riverside, we've got the World Series of Arm Wrestling qualifier.
When was
We've
that?
got Patterson on June 1st.
Patterson,
There you go. Yeah,
the
Patterson's always a good one.
oldest running tournament in California.
In the whole
Okay.
U.S.
Wait,
The whole US.
when's the Riverside happening?
Yeah. In the whole United States. Riverside is the 29th or 27th. It's somewhere. It's the last week of June.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
June, not this month.
No.
Okay.
And Patterson
Yeah,
is
so
June.
Patterson
June
is June 1st. It's the Kenny Hughes Memorial. It's been, I want to say 63. I think it's like the 63rd year or something like that it's consecutively ran.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So it's the longest standing continual arm wrestling tournament like across the
And
nation.
how long has Bill been doing it?
Bill's been doing it for like 35 of those years.
Yeah.
So it was the NAL, which is like National Arm Wrestling League, and then obviously Bill changed everything, and then it became the UAL. But yeah, so that's an amazing tournament. Like for a local tournament.
I heard he added on a master's class this year too. It wasn't before.
Yeah, it'll be the first master's class this year, and then also the overall award for the Kenny Hughes Memorial is a championship belt. That says Kenny Hughes on it and has the Armbenders logo. It's pretty badass. But yeah, it's one of those tournaments where when you show up, there's 12 to 15 guys in each class. And so it's neat to be able to have that when the average of our local tournaments aren't that. But I mean, again, it's Bills. I mean, any of the UL tournaments are pretty fire. So they're always, consistently, professional and great talent. So definitely recommend anybody go to Patterson, but Arizona State's on the same day. And Arizona State has been doing fantastic things. I mean, their tournament is literally unbelievable.
Yeah, if I can get to Arizona State, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna try to go just because one of my greatest top roll inspirations, Giannis, is there. Otherwise, I wouldn't really even think about it. But if I can get down there, I have to. Gotta shake his hand.
I know that Jamie
Or pin
Sheldon, Christian Cabahug, Scott Partington, and Paul Stevens. I know they're all coming to Patterson this year.
Last year we had a bunch of guys from down south come up too. A bunch of guys came up, including some Alpha Empire guys too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for Ian, I would definitely suggest between that and Arizona State, I would suggest that you go to Patterson. Because does Arizona State even have a 165? Is the bottom class like 176?
I bet you it's 176.
Yeah. It's 176.
Do they run an amateur? Do they run an amateur 154?
No, it's 76 across the board.
Wow. Yeah, see, and not just that, Ian, it's pretty much known as like a lot of elite talent show up for the Arizona State Championship.
Be ready.
Yeah. And a lot of good guys will show up for Patterson as well, but I think you'll have more options in the amateur. And if you just felt like trying open, there would potentially be more options there.
Yeah, if you
definitely can't miss the Riverside thing because that's right here in our backyard.
Yeah. I've been talking about that one. I need all the details on honestly all of these. If I can start making some plans, but I definitely plan on at least being there at the one in Riverside. If I could compete, as of right now, I don't really see why I couldn't.
How long have you been arm wrestling again?
So, it's been like about a year. Like in total,
Yeah, I would say
I was just
I would say
training with
like
one guy for a while, but
you've been watching the sport and like you have some understanding of the dynamics and stuff. Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I would say just do it, man. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would come down. You're gonna there's some pretty cool dudes that are gonna be there at Patterson. Tom Nelson will be there, and Luke Kent is gonna be there this year.
And since you haven't competed too, you got to remember. I mean, all of us can confirm this, but I remember like 2 years ago. I don't know what tournament it was, but I remember going there and thinking to myself, like after the tournament, like, holy cow, I just learned more in 6 hours than I've learned in 6 months.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's if it's even teetering in your mind and you're physically comfortable with competing, because you have to be able to protect yourself, and you've been doing practice matches. I mean, yeah, you should go.
Yeah,
It's
I
kind of the
definitely.
same. I was just gonna say he's kind of teetering on the same thing about going to a tournament as I was with going into the pro class last year on this
Yeah, I
same
remember.
podcast.
Yep.
I would suggest just do it, man. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot, and you'll probably surprise yourself, especially with pulling with these Alpha Empire guys. You've gripped up against a lot of strong hands, and you'll surprise yourself for sure.
Yep. You already know how to pull safe. So your biggest priority right now would be, I think, getting as much competition experience as you can. Like the problem we have with all these events so close together, it's a great problem to have. And I think because of how much we have going on, and it is good to, for me, I'm like mapping out the year, which ones do I want to hit like strategically and how it falls into a particular plan. But if you're a year in, like if you can go, you just go. You go like to as many as possible because like Michael said, one tournament event is almost always going to be worth like 20 practices.
Like
This
even
is-
if you go in, dude, and you do both arms in one class and you get flashed 2 times in a row each arm, it sounds shitty. Even if like let's say you spent $120, you know what I mean, like and entry fees or whatever. Realistically, like that's practical experience. Whereas like even I'm just being honest, I'm not bashing whoever reffed your practice matches, but that's also why it's so important to get to pro as soon as you're ready as possible, because you want things to be as practical as they can be, as realistic as they can be. And then you start gaining actual experience.
And you get a lot of experience in how the refs are going to set you up. And really, if you even with Bill, there's, in my opinion, nobody better in the game to set you up and then get that ready go experience. There's nothing like it. You won't get anything like that in practice.
Definitely. I think it makes practice so much more productive as well. When you just go in all the practices that you have before you start getting a bunch of competition in, your outlook and how you confront practice is very different. And then when you start competing in tournaments and kind of seeing where you're at with your weight class or, with your fellow amateurs or pro, you start. The funny part is, how there's coaches that tell you a lot, Ian, different coaches telling you different things, and a lot of it's like, oh, okay, like some of it like you don't really understand, or the application, you kind of put it on a shelf. But after you do a few tournaments, those things like a little light bulb will go off and be like, oh, that's what they meant.
Aha moments.
Right, the little aha moments, and then you start realizing what you're going to prioritize, what you're going to take off of that shelf, and start incorporating into practice, and your practice is probably going to look very different.
And as soon as you leave that tournament, you'll be looking at the calendar going, when can I go to another one?
Yeah. I believe it.
Okay.
I actually about time I gotta drive home. I will catch up with you guys another time.
Hey Ian, I want to leave you with something. If you are leading up to a tournament, download. Well, actually, they have them on YouTube. Just go on YouTube and look up Ready Go Simulator and start shadow starting with yourself, because that's honestly setting up and going will be your biggest issue. 'Cause tournaments are fast. They're trying to bang them out. So
Right. All right. Well, I appreciate the wisdom.
Yeah, man, it was good.
I'll try it out for sure.
Thanks for popping on here.
Yeah, of course. Have a good one, guys.
All right, later. Trying to send a message to a couple people. Josh, who we got in the chat? You
It's a
there?
good question. It's a good fucking freaking question. How do I even look at that from my end, Kane? I don't know that I have that ability.
Well, you got to go on the YouTube.
Oh, well, no, I'm just okay.
let's see.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Mike's got
What?
his. I could already see him.
Huh?
Huh?
All right, here. Okay, I'm gonna share a screen with you.
Here, I'm gonna go on right now. I'm tired. Okay.
Okay.
I just worked out and ate like 2 plates of spaghetti and meat, so I'm bogged down.
We've also got Robert Kelly in the house, who says that Arizona State does have a 54 class. Robert, is that pro or just amateur? Just curious. And we also got Greg Brown.
Let's talk about the best meat.
Sorry about that, boys.
All right, so yeah, we got Greg Brown in the house. What's up, Greg? Paul Stevens is in the house, says he can't make Patterson this year, but will be going to Arizona. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got Todd Colazzo's in the house. He's asking if Kaleo's match for North versus South is set up yet. Kaleo is 13 years old from the South, very talented. And I won't mention yet who we're trying to set him up with until that is solid. But it is another 13-year-old, and we just got to lock it in with his pops. So Santino, if you're watching, let me know about that. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, Josh. See if you can get a hold of this kid's dad and set that up. But I've been trying. I've been messaging different people up there and everything to try and get a hold of this kid. But I think the dad's just not very active on social media. I need a phone number or something.
I'll hit him up.
Okay. All right. Oh, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Sean. Robert Kelly said there is a 54 at Arizona State. He said it's 54, 76, 98, 220, 242, then 242 plus.
I must have been looking at a different one.
Paul Stevens is in the chat. He says he won't be making Patterson this year, but he will be going to Arizona. Okay.
We got the Drew in the house as well. All right. And so I don't know. First, in regards to what we were talking about, you were asking if the guy that Mike faced is the same guy that Caleb is about to face. I'm going to screen share this, see if I can open it up further. There we go. Okay. Wait. Okay, there we go. And let's share the sound too. Okay, here we go. So this is the guy he's facing. I don't know. I feel like I saw him there, but maybe I didn't. Mike, did you see him there at the tournament competing? I don't think he did, because he would have been about in our weight class. And I don't think we ever. Oh, we lost.
Is he a Mexico national champ?
Not sure. I know Jose is national champ, but I think that's 154.
So I guess my question is, I mean, I thought that it was the same guy, and so then I was, looking towards the match in a certain light. I guess my question is, in your opinion, how does Caleb fare against the guy that you pulled?
Oh yeah, I don't think he's pulled either of those guys. It would be, I think he could do well against the guy that I faced. Because he said he was having a hard time with me because of my arm length when I really don't have a very long arm.
Right.
Yeah, Caleb does, and he's really good at utilizing that. But Jose's good. He's really good. This guy, I'm not sure who he is, but this is the video. I don't know if Caleb put it out. Oh no, it's Caleb promo. So it's really just this guy here.
The professor?
Andreas. I do not know. Hopefully we will get Jose and Noel in here soon, and they can tell us. Maybe even give us a link to check out. But those guys are beasts. They're absolute beasts, and whoever they set them up with, because I don't know, man. I was laughing about it with Mike because I don't know, they're throwing like their best guys at us when Mike are just like, we just kind of float around the top 10 in our state, but these guys are like, top dudes in their country.
Right.
That's
where they hold California too, bro. Like that shows.
Right. Which was really
Mike,
cool.
you're muted. Mike, you're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you, buddy.
Yeah. I unknowingly crossed the border to fight a multinational champion. Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Hey, but that just gives you an idea of where we're at here in California.
Yeah. Yeah, they were really good. I wasn't sure if that was just kind of like the trend out there that like only high level people competed in pro. Because like even their amateurs were really good. But I think it was kind of from what I heard, that it was kind of isolated to this event. When Greg Brown and Ricardo Vidal put this together, they wanted to get top people to face a bunch of people from the US.
The US. Everybody wants to beat the US, man. I mean, it happens at all of these tournaments that you look at that are overseas. Travis Bajent has, voiced his opinion about it several times. So have other people in the sport. But yeah, you see it a lot where they'll put the very best guys from their country against our middle of the pack guys. A lot of times.
On the bed.
On
the bed. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, we got someone here that can maybe weigh in on some of this. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of great talent out there. I can't wait to set this thing up next year. What's up, Greg?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
Good to see you. You still out there living the life of Lincoln Hawk?
Yep, I'm at the watch, let me show you what's up. Let's see if I can turn the camera around here. Not letting me switch it. Here we go. Just chilling in the rig right now.
Yeah.
Got next. I'm gonna be home tomorrow for like 2 days, and I go back out for 2 weeks before Arizona State. I'm gonna bring a rice bucket, and it's gonna take up like the center of my floor, but I don't give a shit.
Show us you got that cable system sitting next to you there?
Yeah, right here. Hold on. So right now I was just doing like just one cable, like I grab it, but the same cable is hooked up. Yeah. So I could do sides. I could work my hook that Michael knows about. But Michael, you were pretty gassed though, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're out there doing it. The world meets no one halfway.
Hey, what were you guys talking about? Caleb and his match in Mexico?
Yes.
There was some confusion as to whether he was the same individual that Kane faced, but I don't believe so because I didn't recognize him at the event that we were at.
No, he couldn't make it because he was like in a car accident or something. I don't know what. I don't know. He was injured or not 100%. But I'm telling you right now, that guy that Caleb's going against, I think Caleb's gonna lose 0-3. Like, I don't think Caleb's gonna lose. I don't think he has a chance, bro. That guy is crazy strong.
Really?
It's
Like,
I mean, you could see, I won't lie, like in what I've seen, his wrist flexors look nuts. And I know how you guys over there love that side pressure. So yeah, that's a bad mix if it even goes a little his way for sure.
Yeah, and you know, like how Caleb's like super energetic and explosive. This guy is the same. Like, so it's gonna be like just whoever gets the go. But I think this guy's just too well put together. I saw him at Mexican Nationals, and he was just wiping people out, bro. It didn't even look like Nationals. It looked like him just fucking everybody up.
damn. Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
I
not
don't.
messing
I think
around.
if he would have gone to the overalls, he would have been up there with the. He would have had a good showing.
Damn, so he's gonna get 3-0'd, and then he's gonna have 2 weeks to recover and go against me.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's only
Mike, he only has 7 days.
He only has 7 days, not 2 weeks.
Yeah, his match is on the 13th, and then his match with you is on the 20th.
I mean, I messaged him. He said it was concrete. I told him he's just.
Well, his
How
match,
much
his
does
match
Caleb
down in
weigh?
Mexico is right-handed, and his match with you is left-handed. Correct?
Oh, his match with the other guys, I thought it was left-handed. It looked like it was left-handed in the promotion to me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I was telling him. I was like, "Hey, you sure you're gonna show up to North vs. South? Because I'm gonna cream you."
How much does Caleb weigh?
Like 165 tops, maybe like 170 heaviest.
That guy he's going against looks like I thought that guy was a 200 guy.
Caleb likes to
That
do that
guy-
shit though. He likes to
that-
he
pull up.
looks pretty thick.
Yeah,
The dude looks
that guy
big
looks
up top.
that guy's heavier than 165. I think from the videos I saw, he's probably at least like 170, 180 is what it looks like.
Left hand.
It
Yep.
is left-handed.
Dude, I told him.
Wait a minute, Mike. So, are you and Caleb going right hand?
No,
Or
we're going
left hand?
left. We're going left hand. I'm
Is
gonna
that
cream
what's
him.
up
I
with
already
right?
killed him.
Switch it up.
I already killed him up north. I already killed him. He could say whatever he wants. I'm gonna destroy him again. That's no good. It's
So
gonna be
what's up with the
boring.
right
He's not
hand?
even gonna be fresh.
Just go right hand then. If the match
I
is
already
to the next fight.
want it. I'm down, but then I have to turn down my match with Robert Terry, which I mean, either way, I'll do both arms on Caleb.
You're pulling Robert Terry. Okay.
Yeah, I promised Robert Terry North vs. South like months ago on right.
Robert,
Okay.
if you're watching, do you pull left? This is a mess.
Wait, how much does Robert weigh? I've never even really watched him arm wrestle.
He's 205.
He's around 232 class. He pulls he's probably around 215, 220.
Oh dear God, is he gonna murder me, Josh?
No, I mean, I think
I don't
it's
think
going
you
to
guys
be.
understand though. I don't even know how strong I am. I keep PRing, so we'll see.
Yeah, Mike,
Oh,
you're
I can
pretty.
attest. I can
Michael,
attest
you've
to
been
it.
I
climbing
want to
quickly,
feel you
bro.
fresh, bro. I want to feel you fresh. I
No,
got
you don't.
after. I
No,
got
you don't.
like 7 hours after. Like you were trash, bro.
Hey, still,
And you-
even though like I can feel what I feel, and you're like when you set your hook, man, even if you haven't been really like, you know, on your down curve or whatever, bro, like I felt that shit. Like I'm not even gonna play like, I'd have to blast your ass. I'm not playing with that shit. I'm not hooking with you.
You'd beat me, but I always lose on the go. I have bad offense. So if I could get the stop, then it's in my favor. If I could get the stop.
Yeah.
Hey man, Mike, the growth from when we pulled like a year and a half ago to the last time we pulled up there, and it's insane, man. Your right hand is just nuts.
Yeah, I keep having these
Huge
steps.
progress.
Yeah, it's very interesting. My left is finally healed, so it's back to being the stronger arm. So yeah,
I'd be interested to pull you left-handed for sure.
I'll pull you left-handed after I beat Caleb.
God damn
Are you
it, I knew
coming
it
to
was coming.
AZ State, Michael?
Yeah.
I want to, but it's going to be a matter of if I can I'm not going to lie, like financially, it's probably not within the books, but if I can kind of hitch a ride, if someone's driving and I can kind of work that out, yeah, but we'll see.
If you can't work it out, are you gonna go June 1st to Patterson?
Ideally, yes, probably. Very
All
like
right.
95% chance. I don't want to have too many competitive lulls between now and North versus South. So
How far do you guys think Arizona State is from Havasu?
Lake Havasu? 2 hours, maybe less.
Yeah, maybe roll with me, Mike. I might go hang out with some family in Havasu. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something out.
Where are you at? Where are you guys at? LA?
yeah, approximately, yeah.
Yeah.
Inland LA.
And
Yeah, I mean, like 5 hours from LA.
It's closer than where we went to
Yeah,
Mexico.
yeah.
Hey, Patterson's closer than that.
Like I said before, the only reason I'm really focused on Arizona is like, listen, I have very specific arm wrestlers I watch, and Giannis Amelins is like, bro. I would be like, I love Devin, like he's one of my favorites, but I would be way more starstruck to meet Giannis. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, me too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's like a total enigma, and he's just so cerebral, and he's ridiculously strong, and he's just he's been doing it for so long. Yeah. Just to watch him.
Would you guys say that, beyond just super matches like tournaments and world championships and stuff like that Giannis might have better stats than Devin?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
just in terms of percentage of success.
Devin is a super match arm wrestler. He's listen, I'm sorry if you're watching this, any of Devin's fans, but he is absolute trash in the tournament. Okay, unless he's doing like a regional or a state, or maybe he's in like Canada where he's got like people figured out because everyone arm wrestles very specific to their region. Outside of that, I don't think he's ever been known to be a great tournament puller. He's had some great successes. I'm not saying that, it's impossible, but he, in my opinion, is a super match arm wrestler. Whereas Giannis has been on both sides of the coin very, very consistently. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, I think it'd be a good test. When I go to other tournaments, I can place in AMs and win maybe 1 or 2 in pros. And then I've even placed in pros like in other parts of the country. I've never placed in AMs in Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even come close. It's like the last 4 years I've gone 0-2. Just everyone's so fucking strong. And then with this tournament, all those big names, they pulled the tournament. So everybody pulls down to AMs because nobody wants to pull Janice or Larry Wheels or whatever.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care. I remember when I went to Worlds or like Greg's tournament, and I went up against Adam Will. I saw Adam Wilmot walking up into the hall. And I was like, "Oh, great! Look at this dude!" And like I went up against that dude, and like like we were telling Ian earlier, like sometimes you surprise yourself. And, he still beat me, but I was, I fought with the guy for a second there, and I could tell he didn't, it didn't feel good. So I try not to let that that notoriety or that high level experience really get to me. It's fuel for me. It's like okay, if I overcome this, then yeah, it's that much better. Well,
You just turn into a bully on the table, Mike.
I'm not a bully.
Yeah, you are. You're a fucking table bully.
Yeah, you are.
Hey,
Kane,
this is my little
said,
one,
yeah,
Kane.
you are.
Kane.
I can hear it now.
Hey!
Oh, don't come
There he
on,
is.
Kane.
Stop.
Say hi.
What a
Say hi,
cutie.
everybody. Hi. Yeah, it's my little guy.
Yeah, I think the hard part is, so I think it's important if you've been competing a little while and you're trying to, really progress or get to that next level to feel what that top level is. But the hard part is wanting it to be an experience where you could tell the difference. You can feel it. There's if everyone is just so beyond you, like it's hard to really gauge, where you're at or what you're really gunning for, even if you lose. But when they're close enough, at least to where you can feel like, okay, like that person's like this much stronger than me, they're this much smarter, and this is what I need to aspire towards. That's just what I think. But I mean, because I mean, you could go to like WAF or something like that, Worlds, and actually travel to go compete, and you might not even like, you know, realize where you are because they're just that good. But
I think that's like a big issue, especially when you're starting out in competition. That's what like really messed with my head was understanding that like someone being 5 or 10% stronger than you can feel like an absolute wall,
mhm.
Mhm.
and being able to differentiate between being entirely overwhelmed and then just or just having like a slight deficiency. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, even technique can be confused for
Mm.
just unbelievable strength or something like
Yeah.
when they can really cut you out of every lane. But
Hey, I was
reflect.
gonna say something about that too.
No, go ahead.
My coach was telling me, the strongest dude that you've ever pulled is no different than the strongest guy in the world, for you. Like you have no idea where you're at, what percentage he is higher than you are. And like there was a guy at practice, I'm sure you guys all know Aaron Blevins. And to me, he just feels impossible. But when he's talking to me, he's like, but you have no idea how close you are. You could be 1 or 2% off. And I still feel like a brick wall.
Definitely.
Yeah, Aaron Blevins is out here in Tucson now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He just came back and visited us last week for practice. It was pretty awesome.
Nice. What's he say about the desert?
It's hot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's cool. He came. We had a big practice at my house, and he rolled through for the first time. It was a good day for him to stop by because there was about 30 or 40 arm wrestlers in my living room.
Is he did you get a chance to grip up with him?
Yeah, but I was like on a 6-day fast, so I was like I couldn't lift a water jug. But
Oh
yeah,
man,
he felt
that's
good.
rough.
He went against some of the strongest guys in the club, and he's strong. Yeah, him and Robert Radke, they were grinding it out. Okay.
Yeah. Dude's a
I don't know if
beast,
you guys
man.
I don't know if you guys remember Radke was supposed to have a super match too in Mexicali, but against Mendoza, but he couldn't make it. But Radke's one of those guys in Phoenix. He's like top him and John Carlson are the top left hands in the whole state. And
Yeah.
Aaron Blevins and Radke were having a grinder in my living
Yeah. A dude's incredible. He just comes to practice and beats up on everybody.
Yeah, his pronation's freaking his like how he goes way outside. It's like, geez.
And then the side pressure behind it is just it's crazy.
Yeah. You guys are talking about Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Jeffrey, how long have you been arm wrestling?
3 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just starting to crack it and crack the top 10 right hand. I'm waiting for that left hand. I need somebody on the list. I want somebody on the list real bad.
How many arm wrestlers do you think are out in the LA Valley?
All of them.
That's not true.
I knew you were gonna get.
Come on, man. You can't hate on NorCal.
Okay,
man.
okay. 2/3.
Well, the Valley, right? We got Scott Wynn, we got Mika, we got pretty much everybody on the Armenian team. Vosgian, Reg.
Derek Smith
Like
counts as 2 people.
Like the
Three.
biggest arm wrestling tournaments in the LA area. How many entries are there, and how many of the entries are California pullers?
Well, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I went to a UAL and like the 165 class had something like I went to one and it was like 22, somewhere between like it was like 22 and 28 entries in just the 165 class. I think it was like over 200 entries. So like
That was on the pro day. That was on the pro day too, right?
that was on the pro day, not including
Okay.
amateurs. Yeah. So like
the amateur day in LA, there was 30 entries in the 165-pound
yeah,
class.
In
there's a lot.
January, right?
There's
Yeah.
a lot.
It was
There's a lot of
ridiculous.
these.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have to
There's
go to
hundreds.
LA.
Hundreds.
They were
I have to
done.
go out to LA. Damn. How
Yeah.
many in the 220
I mean,
class?
if even if you just come up here on a non-competitive day, if I'm being honest, like if you just spent 1 week up here, I would say at least every other day you could attend some kind of practice in the SoCal area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere. The local tournaments, local to cities and regions and stuff, I feel like they mostly average somewhere between 100 and 150 entries. And the state championship, I don't really know what they get up to. I'm guessing it's somewhere like between 250 and 300, but I do feel like the bulk of the bulkier classes are the lightweight classes, but that might be normal in most
Hey,
places.
I just want to know one thing. Who has more world champions, the North or the South?
I won't hurt your feelings. I'll go ahead and answer your question. The North has more.
Yeah, they do. They do by quite a lot. You guys definitely have a ton of arm wrestlers there,
So many.
and so many
No,
teams.
I think that there's a lot of heart that's in the North that I would say,
we have to travel really far to go to different practices in the North.
Yeah, and then when you lose, it sucks.
Yeah.
Who are the names you can pull out that are more recent from the North? I mean, I can't really pull out any from the South.
Luke Kent.
Yeah,
Okay.
that guy's a machine. I mean, fucking say what you want. Fucking, I watched him like a year and a half, 2 years ago, fucking go against Derek in the overalls. And Derek, I don't know if he let him hit or hit. I mean, he wasn't in any danger, but he still got his arm moved a lot by little Luke Kent.
Luke is a monster.
Yeah, that was insane.
Luke,
That was insane to watch.
If we're talking about recent, I mean, I don't think much of California total
As a
has any
whole, yeah.
world champions.
We suck right now.
but if we're going down the list, like you got Mike McGraw as a multiple world champion, you got Randy Weaver as a multiple world champion, you have Luke Kent, you have Tom Nelson. These are all national champions. You have Twig, you have Anderson Oliveira, you have David Ingen. He's the Armenian team, but he's from up north, even though he trains down south. You have, like, the list goes on. Kenny Hughes. I mean, obviously he passed away, but yeah, tons. And then you got like the newer guys like Santino and stuff like that. But these older guys that we're talking about are WAF world champions. And so like WAF is like the most, at least across the board, like the most prestigious title. And then you got like Anderson Oliveira, the one who had the match with Jamie recently. He's pulled in Zlatitur a couple times and done really well. Yeah, just a lot of old original talent. And then you go back even farther and you got like Virgil Arciero and all those guys who were world champions. Eric O'Fell still lives up here. He was the best in the whole planet for 5 years on the left hand.
Kevin Lastly.
Some considered, you know, that he's like the best left. He's right up in the conversation with Travis as best left-hander of all time, Eric O'Fell. So yeah, like and then yeah, Kevin, he's a world champion as well in the 90s. Don Mormon, world team champion with Ingen Terzi. So yeah, like tons of history up here and like that old veteran knowledge. Yeah. But Jeff's right. We do the average, it's probably like a 2-hour travel time for the average practice.
I think ours is the closest, me and you, Fresno and Visalia.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere else is just so spread out.
Yeah, we're like 30 minutes apart. And then, you know, Luke's up in Petaluma, and that's like the birthplace of arm wrestling, right? So you got to figure like a lot of those old championships are right here in the north of the state. And all those other countries were coming here, you know, Turkey and Malaysia and Russia and whatnot, we're all coming here. Yep.
So, Josh, do you think I can show some of these matches? What I did is I propped down just the ones that I believe we have confirmed. What do you think? Should I share?
I mean, yeah, that's only like 60% of the list anyway. So
okay.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt anything. We'll release the rest of them on next week's show.
Okay.
So yeah, do it that way. No problem. And then do you have the round robin list like written down, or do we need to do that next week as well?
Let's do it next week. I mean, I can email it to myself. I do have it written down, but okay, so this is the list I have right now. That's
yeah,
probably
the maybe right there for Leroy Walker. We're waiting on him to confirm that match. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I need to put that in the unconfirmed. Okay. So
yeah.
Robbie Ballesteros versus Christian Cabalhug, left-handed. What do you guys think about that?
That's going to be an awesome match. They met up at Patterson last year, and that's how this match came about. They both pulled each other. Obviously, it was through however the draw went in the tournament, and they both agreed that they wanted to see what it felt like fresh for fresh. So
nice. And we also have Robbie versus the Caribbean Bull. That's right-handed. So I'm glad he got the Caribbean Bull got that match. I know he really wanted it. Spencer Papau versus Waldo Saldana.
Ooh, that is a great
match. That's a wow. $600 match.
Oh, fantastic.
So they both put up $300, and obviously winner takes all. So
Greg, do you know anything about Waldo Saldana?
I've never even heard of him, bro. I don't know any of these names.
It's okay because yeah, Waldo he hasn't, I don't think he's really gotten out of the state, and even in this state he's only competed, I feel like, a little bit.
I think he's only competed in South, right? I don't think he's really gone.
Yeah. He's never come up here. Yeah.
He's
been kind of low key.
He's only been in the sport for like what, a year? Like he's breaking a year?
Under two, like maybe just barely 2. Yeah.
Okay. Well, still super new in the sport.
Your setup
The
here.
dudes are California Oleg. Like he has that special hand.
There's something
built
different
different.
with his arm in his hand.
Yeah,
So it's like way bigger.
That's why I
And
say like a right-handed Ole. This is crazy.
yeah. Oleg, what's his last name?
Jacques.
Jacques. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like our version of that, but heavier. I think he's around like a 220, 230 guy, right?
Yeah, he's super heavyweight, but he's been trying to cut down. Yeah, he wants to get to that heavyweight class.
Okay.
If he gets that heavyweight class, I mean that's trouble for anybody. The dude's hand is, I mean, he's pretty much, because of the way his hand is built, his makeup, however you want to call it, everybody's told me it's pretty much like untop rollable, like it doesn't open, right?
Too much coverage.
Yeah.
His
So because the space between his knuckles, I think he even told me when me and him pulled that, I don't know if he's like missing a digit as far as the knuckle, but then the space between like his index and his middle finger is the equivalent like of the space between your ring finger and your index finger.
Mm-hmm.
So that like the width, the width of it.
Yeah, it's like he's low hand gripping you, but he's not.
He's still knuckles up.
Yeah. Very, very deep grip.
So typically I would think Austin Fenley would have his work cut out for him with Ricky Ramos, but did they go against each other at this UAL this last January?
They sure did. So that's how this match came about. And yeah, it was funny that like when you had said something, Ricky was like, "What? I don't know about the match." I spoke to you, Ricky, face to face at the SoCal Arm Fest. But anyways, yeah, that's how it came about. Austin had got a pin on Ricky at the UAL, and so Ricky, wanted that run back. And yeah, Austin's been coming onto the scene quickly. Definitely strong biceps, strong inside puller. Yeah. Yeah, he's making some noise.
Well, I still think
anybody knows Ricky's tricky, and in a super match,
it's going to be
different.
What's the weight for that match?
185.
Because I don't feel like Ricky's not even.
What?
Oh, Ricky's like 200 plus right now. Last I checked.
No. He's a much lighter. He's lost a lot of weight.
Oh, okay.
He told me last time that I saw him that he's trying to get back down to 165.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably around 75 right now, I'm guessing. But yeah, in a super match, it's going to be very different for Austin, and he's very talented. I believe I pulled him in that tournament as well. A great hit, but the one thing about Ricky is I think he's a great super match puller. He will make adjustments, and he will figure a lot out after round one.
Yeah, the gas tank I think is Austin's biggest hurdle for that for sure.
Yeah,
Ricky has a way about him in that, just like Kane said, I mean, he's so maneuverable, and the way that he can make changes on the fly. And round two will not look like round one unless it needs to. Like if Ricky has control and he's in a spot, but he has a way of using your pressure against you. And so a long drawn out thing like that when you're trying to be on the bicep is really tough to do. So.
Right. Yeah, Austin's gonna need a plan A, B, and C. Ricky.
Oh, what about this next match, bro?
Yeah, we got
Caleb versus Mike Brown, left-handed. Who you got?
Well, first off, is this going to be left-handed or right-handed?
It's left-handed. We're not.
I got my money on Michael.
It's left-handed. He's ran his mouth. I already warned him about taking that other match, even though we agreed to this. He's already talked that he's gonna destroy me, even after he destroys this other guy in Mexico. And I already killed him. He already knows. He already knows what's happening.
That guy's a national champion like 5 times over, and the dude's he's talented.
Mike,
Yeah, what's up, Josh?
you want to put some money on it?
I'm thinking about it, honestly.
No.
I'm thinking about it because it's gonna be an easy day for me.
When was your last
I'm
match
back.
with Caleb? And what
Okay,
hand?
I've never had. Okay, listen. Let me just tell you some backstory. Okay, he wants to say what he wants to say. All right, we've never had a match, and the only times we faced each other, especially the last 2 times, was me getting called back to back for every single opponent I had in the brackets, and then I get him towards the end of the bracket, and last time I lost, I've lost to him twice, I believe, recently. Before that, he fouled out with me, and that was very fresh, and that was years ago, I will say. But with that said, we've never met each other clean, no detriment. So
fresh for fresh.
yeah, and even I went up north like months ago, okay, and like he could say whatever he wants to say. He agreed to the match. He acted very confident in agreeing to the match as well. And then he went online and said, "Oh, it was like a faux match and all this, and I pulled Matt before and all that." Well, I'm just gonna say, uh, I was there like an hour plus before he showed up. I was pulling everyone at that practice for over an hour with just my left hand because I mistakenly thought Robert had agreed to match me at that practice, not at North versus South. And I thought we were going right-handed, like we are going to be going at North versus South. So I practice pulled the entire group there, and everyone here knows how I practice pull, okay? I practice pulled the entire group there the whole time. He showed up. I took a 30-minute rest. He had over 30 minutes to rest. He knew the match was coming. We pulled, and I blasted him through 3-0, okay? I'm just telling you. I'll even say it. Like we're gonna go, and I'm gonna post through his top roll, and he's gonna try for a hook, and he's not gonna outhook me. That's just mark my words. That's what's gonna happen. Remember the last time I predicted a match. All right, I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Kane. I'm sorry.
You guys should just run both hands, Mike.
I want to, but my reasoning behind it is I need him to understand what the reality is. I'm gonna smash him left hand. I know his right is his better hand, but I want him to understand the threat that I've brought to the table. Give him his time to train up because I don't want any excuses. I don't want him being like, "Oh, I had my match in Mexico left hand and right hand was short notice." We're not doing any of that. I'm gonna have my match with Robert. We're gonna have our left hand match. If he wants to go to Mexico like a fool and then verse me a week later, that's fine.
It's not short notice to change it right now, though. It's not until a month and a half from now.
I mean, we
It's
can.
not
short
short
notice.
notice.
We
It's
can.
short notice.
I think that's short. I think that's short. In my opinion, I think it's short notice.
It is short notice because
Yeah.
if you're gonna do something, you start to shut down 2 weeks out. So that's like what I was telling Kane about the rice bucket. I'm bringing the rice bucket with me 16 days before the tournament because I'm not gonna lift anything heavy, but I'm gonna just train.
No, I know. We're talking about July 20th, right?
Right, but if 6 weeks, that technically means you got 3 to 4 weeks to go hard and get everything straightened out. So if you have a match before that,
Listen, hold on. I'll just answer the question right now. Listen, I know you North guys are hunting for a victory because you know I'm going to destroy him on the left. Okay, let him have his little loss against me. Let him soak it up.
I
Let him soak
legitimately
it
want
up.
to see. I legitimately
You
Okay,
will
want to
Mike.
see.
see. No,
You
listen.
guys
No,
have
I'll
never
tell you
had
right
that.
now. I'll tell you right now.
Mike.
When he gets smashed 3-0 by me at North versus South left, you will see the right hand because that's going to be his only option left. He will push the match. I won't even have to say anything because he listen. He'll see all this and just be mad. This alone will make him mad. When he loses to me, he's gonna be furious. I won't even have to do anything. The match will already happen.
But
He'll
you
make
set
his
it up.
he'll make his own promotion. He'll make his own promotion. He'll hit up his own ref. He'll make it happen because it's gonna eat at him.
Mike.
You set it up so perfectly by saying you guys have never actually had a match. It's perfect.
No. Oh shit. Mike,
It's
you know what you
perfect.
are?
You
You're
guys
a
should run
soul
both
taker,
hands.
bro. You're just an evil dude, bro. You are an evil dude. Yeah.
Dude, do you know how much shit
Kane,
my mom do you know how
I
much
gotta
shit
get
my
out of
mom
here,
is?
man.
All right, thanks for popping on, Greg.
See you, Greg.
Hey, your promotion was lit, bro. Like all of your stuff you did was awesome, Greg. Seriously.
Oh, Greg, I don't know if you were tuning in before you came on, but Josh said that he talked to his people over there in Bakersfield and stuff. We're a go for next year for USA versus Mexico. If you want to do something there, and we'll figure out some kind of way to, like, really take care of those guys to get them up here. Yeah. We'll get
I'm in on that.
The ranch idea thing, I love that, man. I love that because
that's why I was telling Kane we could get like a separate B&B for the guys coming up and stock the fridge for them and everything, and help with gas, whatever. But or however everybody's getting up.
If we get that ranch, dude, we might have enough space to, like, camp, or like they can have their choice of a room or a tent or whatever they want to do. But it might be cool to have us all together,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think
we'd have the biggest party of all time.
Yeah, I think like an after poll and just the camaraderie part of everything, like people traveling, like how we went and played pool and shit. Like that's what it's all about, man. That's the stuff that you remember, because the day of the event, shit, we got Michael pacing back and forth in his hoodie, baby. Watch out. He's tunnel vision. How many people, Michael? How many people were?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you're fucking. I'm like telling Crystal Ball right there while we're revving. I was like, "Yo, homie's got laser eyes right now, dude. He's fucking gone."
True.
Hey, I got some good footage of you in short form content, but I'm waiting to release it because I'm trying to do some fancy editing with the color. I'm trying to practice all my color layering with DaVinci Resolve, so it's a work in progress.
Right on. Look forward to it, man.
Yeah, but I got some good shots of you, so I'll tag you in it on YouTube or whatever. But I appreciate everything. I'm glad that you guys liked it, and the Mexico versus
tournament I've ever been to, Greg. Best tournament I've ever been to.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, bro. And you got a medal, right?
I did. A
little bit of bling.
Thank God. After, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it was legit.
The way that the crowd reacted to the athletes was so cool, man. When I watched, it was awesome.
Yeah, Kane and I were talking about that. That's what we need to make. I learned a lot from that event, and we need to take some pointers over here in America because I think we talk about bringing attention to the sport, and there's some stuff we can definitely improve on here.
But just even as a viewer on YouTube, it was just so cool to watch.
The Michael versus Romo, and I missed the pin, but I switched it to the camera and the crowd. That shit was fucking crazy, bro. That was such a good shot. Like,
yeah. Rub it in some more, Greg.
No, bro, you were great.
I'm just playing.
Bro, and you know what? In comedy, it's all about flirting with that inappropriate line. And you were just so perfect. Because, like, I was like, oh, shit, Michael might cross the line right now. Fucking Romo's getting mad. But you were still smiling. And you could tell, like, it was like believable theatrics. Like, that is the kind of showmanship because like we hate you, but we can't stop watching. And then you're just so confident. You're like, damn, this guy might actually win right now. It's like, but now I gotta see it. Now I gotta see him lose. Like, what's gonna happen? This guy walks in here. He's 2 inches taller than everybody else. Like, you know, you're just thinking you're a fucking prick. You know, you're like the perfect villain, bro. There is no Batman without Heath Ledger, all right? Green Goblin and Spider-Man. Come on, dude. You gotta have the villains. You got to. Anyways, gentlemen, appreciate you for letting me come on. I gotta go to work in like 3 hours.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for popping on.
All right, later, guys.
So we've got Reflective Perspective says you did great for being ranked where you are, Mike, and to know he's a national champ. Talking about your super match. Yep. We got Danny Dowler in the house saying what's up. And Alan Fishman, Alan Hodsey is in the house saying, damn, I forgot this was going on. Had to watch it. Well, drop on. I think I sent you the link. Come on. He also says Waldo is gonna murder them. So is Waldo's going against Spencer, so you think he's gonna totally destroy Spencer. Waldo is no joke. He's coming for his division. Okay. Yeah, I mean Alan is Waldo's coach, so he knows what's going on there.
So we can't trust his opinion for nothing.
River Welch says, I'm excited for our match, Benji. Yeah, I believe that is one of the next ones on our list here. And he says he's ready to bring it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And yeah, a lot of nice things. Let's get back to this list here. See what we got.
I'll tell you, there's some good matches, and there's some even better ones that are not on this list. Yeah, like the big ones. We're still waiting on the King to give us his clearance.
Let's see. So we've got, I gotta not do, okay, here we go. Yeah, Benjimac versus River Welch. Okay, so they're going both hands, right and left. You tell us, Josh, does River favor one hand over the other?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, then we're gonna leave it at that.
Oh, you want me to tell you which one it is?
Yeah.
River is more dominant left-handed.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, is that because he's stronger in the hook, lefty, or now am I divulging too much?
No, River. No, I don't mind. We're kind of all open. The unique thing about Nowhere to Run, the guys on the team, everybody. I have a unique outlook. Everybody has their own. Ian Carnegie was kind of talking about it yesterday. Everybody has their own way, right? Everybody has their own talents. Everybody has their own body, their frame, things that are going to work for them. So everybody on our team pulls completely different, right? And they all train different. Like we all do different work with each guy on the table because different guys are working on different things. River, even though he's a shorter guy, he's very post heavy. He's very good at rising back up onto the hand and creating that back pressure. And I think a lot of that comes from his rock climbing and things that he's done. But yeah, he's super talented. His hand is wicked, his fingers and grip. So no, on the left and the right, he pulls very similar. He doesn't really have a difference on either hand. He kind of stays consistent in the way that he trains and pulls. And yeah, he's been working in different things. He working with the press and messing with different moves and stuff like that. But I think Benji is just, somebody that he's watched, that he respects in the community, and we all want to see where we're at. We all want to know where we're at and have fun while we're doing it. And it gives them both something, excited to look forward to. Exciting to look forward to. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And before we move down on the list, while we're on River, as I mentioned before, he is, I believe, the front runner for the California sponsorship that we're doing. He's the front runner for the North, and for the South, I believe Grace is the front runner right now. And everyone can still go vote for that on the California Arm Wrestling page. I have it posted most recently on my page if you want to go over there and place your votes. I also want to encourage everybody get on there and make a donation right now during the show. Place I don't care if it's $5, $10. The link for the GoFundMe is in the description section of this video down below. Anything.
Yeah, listen, guys, everybody, it is super important, and this is not just an ask for monetary support. What this is to keep these ideas and these type of things we're doing going and progressing and moving forward. And it's only possible with everybody reaching out and helping out. Every single dollar, it goes such a long way to help this thing work. And we're affording someone the opportunity that may not have that available to them. And most of us have been able to experience these awesome things in the community, and we just want to keep that going so our sport can grow. So please help with anything you can, and watch this thing grow and watch where we get. We all have to work together. Together we will achieve our goals.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just dropped $20 today or yesterday or something. Yeah, been real busy and preoccupied, but we're getting back down to the grindstone with this. Let's make this happen. Right now, I will promise on the show, if we can get another $60, I'll throw another $20 at it. So 6 people, let's donate $10 each to the GoFundMe, make it happen. And I will definitely contribute. And look who just popped in. We got Alan Hazy. What's up, big man? Uh-oh, you're muted.
You're gonna be muted on your computer side, not Zoom, not the
Oh, because of
meeting
your
software.
headset? Yeah.
Yeah, you're not muted on this on the hosting service. Headset or your computer or maybe your default device.
Alan and Michael look like they're like mission control for NASA. Whoa. Talk.
Well,
there? No? Nothing?
Did you double check your default device in okay.
Okay, we'll give you a minute to figure it out. Even if you decide to go direct without the headphones, it might be better. I don't know. But yeah, just mess around with it a little bit.
You have 5 minutes before you're kicked.
Yeah, that's how we do. Paul Stevens versus Jan Check.
Jan.
Okay, someone's got to fill me in on this match here. What's going on?
I don't know who that is.
So yeah, so Jan is a replacement match because Paul, he was set up with Don McClary, and Don something had made it to where he wasn't able to go. So Jan is a dude from Russia. He's been here for about a year. He's up north. He used to pull like back in 2015. He took a little while off, and he's been back at it pretty tough.
Can you guys hear me?
For like the last year or so.
Now.
Okay. He's definitely very strong, super strong inside, and you're very technical with his inside spin. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. He's just you know how those dudes are from overseas. I mean, he's very humble, very soft spoken. He's like, I hope I can be on Paul's level and this and that. But the dude's a beast.
How old is he, if I may ask?
I don't know his exact age, but I'm going to guess he's maybe late 30s.
How about
maybe
size?
early 40s, late 30s. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Same build as Paul or what?
He's around 6'2" or 3, 210 pounds, 215 pounds. I think he weighed in at McGraw's the other day at like 213.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
so he was
All
saying
right.
he could be whatever weight. Yeah,
That's an interesting build for that match. Yeah.
yeah, I know. He's a long, more. He actually reminds me of your build, just a little, thicker. He's a little bit heavier, but yeah,
Yeah, is
he's
he a
kind of long.
top roll, hooker, what,
No,
press?
he's actually a hooker, dude, inside, and he is like
Oh.
so shoulder commit deep.
Oh,
Like he gets
we're gonna
very,
get to
very
see
deep.
a hook battle.
Yeah, I like
That's
that
why I
much,
thought it'd be
much more.
cool. I mean, Paul Stevens is built like a damn
Like a
fucking action
tank.
figure.
Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna be a good one. Those are my favorite matches. Just where you have no idea what's gonna happen, but based on that information, sounds like it could be an interesting one.
Well,
And before I
remember
go,
Paul's match last year with DJ Galvan? I mean, that was such a good match. One of them won on each arm, and it was just like they were both, similar in that yanking to the side, deep drag. Yeah.
okay, cool. And so I'm looking at the list right now, and I'm not seeing Alan's match. Has that been
Yeah,
made
so with
official?
that, I had to
I'm waiting
cancel it
on Alan.
because
Yeah.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I had to cancel that because I got a pretty serious tear back in like November, and it's still like not healed yet. It's getting better. This Wednesday was the first time I was able to arm wrestle without having like pain. So I was really excited to pull, but yeah, unfortunately I had to back out because I couldn't work out at all, and I'm sure I've lost a bunch of strength in my left, and it was just going to be a shit show. So I really had to just step away from it.
So
About the
here's the
right.
question: Is Derek down to pull Eli left-handed?
Ooh.
I mean that's a question for Derek, honestly.
No, I know. That's what I'm just throwing it into the ether. I'm just saying,
Derek,
like, that's the question. Who
Derek's
else do
kind of
we?
whatever about his left, so I don't know how much he cares about doing like a left-handed match.
Okay.
So he's very kind of just whatever about left-handed. He might do it
Well,
just
I
for the
know
fun of it.
Tom wants a right-handed match, and it's
Okay.
like, yeah. Eli's the anomaly, though. It's like, I don't know. You and him would have been such a
Yeah,
amazing
I
match.
know. I was so stoked too. This was the year where I was gonna go like really hard, and now just fucking get it. Like I not only did I get injured back in December, but just about 3 weeks ago now, I think it is on the last. No, it was like a week before Armfest. I tore something in my right, and it was really minor, but it was still like pain, and I can still kind of feel it. There was like a decent amount of tenderness on Wednesday while pulling, but I'm thinking it'll probably be like healed up enough um, once the North versus South is happening. So we'll see. I'm hoping I can start actually like going back to working out.
So you might be able to be like a filler match.
Maybe, hopefully,
That'd be awesome.
yeah.
You favor the right typically, don't you,
Oh
Alan?
yeah. Well, to me, honestly, I'm pretty ambidextrous for the most part, I want to say. My left has always done really well, and so is my right. I feel like I'm more comfortable in my right, but my left has just been it's always been on like the same level as my right. Like people that I'll lose to my right, or sorry, people that I match with my right that I'll lose, I'll usually beat them with my left.
Hmm.
And so, but they're always like, oh, but my right's stronger than my left. But to me, it's like I don't feel like I don't know the numbers, pulling styles, everything. Like my left feels just as good as my right. So, yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm more left-handed, but I feel like I'm just like right in between. It's
Yeah, it
you
could
know what
be
it's
just
always
that you're
been.
more
It's
even.
always been I always get second place because it would either be I'd lose to Derek or Mega Mike because Derek stopped pulling in tournaments, and then I'd lose to Tony. So it's like I lose to the best fucking guy left-handed, and then I lose to the fucking best fucking guy right-handed, and I'm just right there in second place. Like, well, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh,
And then,
no,
like
that's
Mega
why.
Mike might
That's
place like
another
third or
reason
fourth,
why.
and then Tony would do the same thing right-handed.
Mm.
No, that's another reason why I just was so excited about that match, because I love like the ideas of like the people like you that kind of just you're trying to help everybody else. And I mean, I know you say you hate super matches, but
Me? No,
but
I love
no,
super
no,
matches.
I'm talking crap. But no,
Oh,
you're putting together all these events and like these so-called arm fests, like the best practices in the state, and consistently like giving people a platform to be able to do it.
yeah.
You're one of those guys that's like, man, when's he going to get like his shot? So with the numbers the way they happen, Eli sitting in second place, like that's a really cool
Yeah.
shot to be able
No,
to take.
yeah. I
You
was
know what
so
I mean?
jazzed, dude. Like my numbers have been getting up. Everything's just was growing and getting really good. And I'm like, I kind of learned my lesson. I was fucking around too much with that. And I just put myself in a position to get injured, and I did. And what pisses me off was with my right, I didn't even do anything to get injured. I was just like lifting really heavy. And I think I don't know. I don't know if it was bad form. No, it wasn't bad form. I tried everything I could to just like I've been trying to be so good lately. I warm up in between my sets. So like I do my set because I usually work out at work. I've got a bunch of like weights at work. And so like I do a really heavy set, and then I work for like 10 minutes, and then I do a little bit of a warm up, and I do another heavy set, and I usually do that throughout the day. And just whatever it was that day, it's something tweaked, something kinked, and um, now it's a little
Happens,
off,
it happens.
right? What
Cyclic,
pisses me
cyclic.
off though, it's fucking. I was gonna go to the Super 64 thing, and I had
Mm.
to back out of it because I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to be healthy by that point, which fucking pisses me off.
Well, Paul Stevens says that the stem cells have been helping him a lot.
Yeah,
I
no,
can attest they have been,
yeah,
because man,
he's
that
in
guy
town.
feels different right now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting back to where he was before, which is it's good. It's good.
We need to have the Brandon Allen and Paul Stevens trilogy match. I know he's put on all that weight again. I mean, I know he's like much bigger, but still.
Hey guys, uh, it was great chatting. Thank you, Kane, for inviting me, and Josh. Both of you guys keep doing the organization and the promotion that you guys got going on. It's really great to have people who are consistently striving for us to move forward as far as our competition and entertainment value. It's a priceless thing, but I have to go because I'm extremely tired and I still got chores to do. But thanks for having me on. I hope you
Always
guys
a
have
Hey,
a nice
bro.
pleasure. Yeah.
Maybe Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, anybody's always welcome to just pop in and out of here as they need to. And when we're doing these, sometimes we'll have those special shows. Like last night, great show with Ian Carnegie. Hey there, what's up? Yeah, when we're doing these and really working on the California stuff, everybody just get in here. Let's chop it up and let's make things happen.
Yeah, I wanted
So
to comment with Waldo. Uh, the North is gonna learn about Waldo come that month.
yeah.
Let me tell you, dude, he is strong, man. He's getting really close to the point where he's gonna start being a problem for me even. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, we know about Waldo.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, give us a reference, a theoretical reference. Who do you see being like could like give him trouble?
Um,
Besides me,
I mean,
besides me.
obviously, it just goes without saying. Um, I mean, what pisses
Or
me
is
off is
he at? Give us a
I
comparison.
haven't pulled Israel yet.
Ooh.
I think Israel would actually probably beat him pretty handedly. But Waldo just has this like really interesting kind of motion to him to where if he can just get into this one, like I don't want to give away any of his weaknesses, but if he can just get into like a very specific kind of angle, it's just like it's unbelievable. He definitely has a little bit more growth to do, just in regards to like years. Like once, like when he hits that like 5-year mark, like I'm really curious to see how he's going to be at the 3-year mark. But once he hits that 5-year mark, dude,
Yeah.
fucking, it's going to be wild. Like as long as he doesn't injure himself out, and nothing crazy happens. Like his forearm is like, I might as well just put my leg on the table. Like it's wild. And so once he can kind of just learn how to really like use that thing, and I tried giving him the best advice I could, which is do everything you can to learn how to pull with your arm, because nobody's going to be able to give you accurate advice. Nobody can tell you anything like, hey, I know what it's like to pull with a fucking crazy mutant hand, so let me fucking it's just like, I try to tell him, like, listen to everything everyone has to tell you, but in the end you have to feel it, and you have to understand what you can and can't do. So he's in like he's in such an interesting spot, because he has this hand that no one's going to be able to like expect, unless they pull with him a bunch of times, and you're going to feel like you have something, or think you have something, and it's just going to completely throw you off guard. And there's other than just like general kind of like workouts, it's just like I'm just like, you're gonna have to figure it out, because your hand is so different.
Do you think that his hand is that different to where people cannot relate, and he has to figure it out all by himself?
Yeah, because have you ever pulled him?
Yeah, I've felt him before. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like you saw, it's like I don't even know.
It's
I don't even
so
know
hard to grab onto.
And it's like this wide, and I'm like I don't know what advice to give you, because you have these 2 fingers down here that are like this long, and I'm like, what the fuck, what can I tell him? I don't know what to do with fingers this long. I'm like, hold on to their soul and take it with you home. Like, holy shit. So it's just going to be a matter of him needing to figure it out, learning where his weaknesses are with his hand, learning where because he has these 2 fingers for him here are like so weird and like not strong, but these ones down here are massive, and he's got this huge, like, I don't even know, man. I literally just
So
sat there.
Is that all for containment then? Like those 2 long fingers can reach all the way around the back of somebody's hand, right?
Yeah. Like his fingers, when I can't do it, but like they come back like this.
Wow.
It's like on my hand, and I've got big ass hands.
Wow.
And they come back like, it's just like, I'm like, I don't even know. Like, how do you defend against that?
Well, that's why you can't top roll that. That's why you can't open him up. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's really, it's very interesting. I'm very curious to see how he's going to progress. And I try to give him as much like practical advice as I can, but all I can tell him is just like, you just have to pull. You have to just try every little thing against people. And I'm really curious to see how he's going to do in his super match. He's so strong that I just can't imagine he's going to lose, but you never know. You know what I mean? Like it's a hell of a thing out there.
Yeah, Spencer's been making some strides. He's been making some pretty big strides up here up north. That's a crazy match.
Yeah, have him find a gorilla and try to just grab its hand, and that'll be pretty close to what he's gonna be feeling. That's just Waldo's hand, like a fucked up gorilla that just came out of some crazy accident.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
A lot of two hand.
He just needs to get a hold of Ole and get a translator.
Someone to just do this.
That's the move right there.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's jump back into the here. See what we got. So Anthony John. First off, Paul Stevens said that he's willing to go against Jan Czech or Jacques, left-handed as well. And we've got Anthony John versus my teammate Javier Martinez, both right hand and left-handed.
My boy, Anthony John.
How long has Anthony been pulling for now?
Just a little bit shorter than me, just by a few months. So almost 3 years.
Okay.
So unbelievably strong right now.
Amazing. How big is he?
I think he's pushing pretty close to like, I may be way off, but like 235, 245.
He pulled at UAL?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know who he is. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, Javier's been definitely putting in the work. He's working really, really hard. And we've got you, Jeff, versus Brandon Sewell.
Oh, so that's only going to be a right-handed match.
You want it to be right and left?
I don't know. How is his left?
I mean, they're both really good. I believe he does favor his right, but we can talk about that. Yeah, you're gonna be in the same position with him pretty much that you were with me, but it'll be in reverse. Dude's coming up, and he's strong.
Oh, in reverse. Yeah, yeah. I'm the veteran. He's the newbie.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited, but what can you tell me about him?
What can I tell you about him?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that there wouldn't be a lot given away. He has been doing a ton of practice matches. He has competed a bit locally, I believe, and
Still
doing,
pulling in the amateur? Is he getting into the
I believe so. Yeah, he's running a conservative path. But in terms of strength and technique, he's pretty well rounded. Um, and he's been one of our regulars for drill night that we started doing at Alpha Empire, which has definitely been
getting up on his ready goes? And
yeah, it's been upping his game. I mean, I think the majority of us that are doing it, it definitely helps with the ready goes, but it exposes so many errors, not just
yeah,
errors that you're making, but exposes where you can make improvements. Because
yeah.
we're repping out every particular motion there is, every facet of the hook, every facet of the top roll.
I
Be
think
it,
I watched some videos on that, man. That's pretty impressive. I like it.
yeah, it really is cool. And when you get to hit full force into two hands like that, you learn a lot about yourself. On
Hmm.
rep 3, you'll be like, oh, it was that's causing my elbow to come up. On rep 7, you'll realize, oh, whoa, that felt way stronger. That little thing, you know.
Hmm.
So, but
So is he an inside or an outside guy? He just well rounded, can
I
go
think
anywhere.
he's strong everywhere, but really good hand and wrist. I think he's going to go to similar places as you.
Okay.
All I can say is he's strong in similar places, you
Okay.
know. So it'll definitely be an interesting match, and I am curious if your experience is going to come into favor for you. Uh,
Hmm.
but I feel like you guys are really close in terms of strength and styles.
Awesome. I can't wait. Yeah. I'm down for a left. My left is I'm pretty close to Alan here. I my left, I was listening to him whenever he was talking about the left. I just feel super. I'm a right-handed puller. I feel like I'm way more powerful right-handed, but when I step up to the table with my left, I just feel so much more connected and solid at the table. Maybe not as strong, but just super comfortable and connected in that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you felt that. I mean, it was a year ago, but you definitely felt that way just in terms of differentiation between the left and the
Hmm.
right. Left is very
Yeah.
connected. I think that's a very common thing for a lot of right-handed dominant people or people that are mostly using their right hand in life.
Yeah.
Your articulator and where I think our stabilizer arm is our off arm. So it's going to be
Yeah. My coach was saying something about that. Like when you go to pick up something heavy, you're picking it up with your stronger arm, which is going to be the arm that you're using, your dominant arm. And
right.
then your non-dominant arm is used for balance and like fine movements, you know. And that's why I feel like the connection that I have with the left is like really good at fine-tuned movement and just feeling super connected and static, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's the right hand in particularly is stronger, but the connection and the arm on the left is way better because yeah, usually I'm taking shit with my right hand, putting it in my left, you know, or supporting with
Mm-hmm.
the left. Just today I was I had to do some caulking on a project, and just the size of the bead that I was running was kind of tight, and this particular product was just really hard to squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was actually doing it way up on a chimney, so it was kind of like awkward too. And I was trying to do like left-handed was the safer way to go. And I was like trying, and I was like, ah, forget this, give it to the right hand. And then I lean backwards off the ladder and like,
Yeah, yeah.
which is so
Yeah.
easy. So we've also got, yeah, we will look into that for
Yeah,
left.
yeah. Message me and let me know, because if that's not the case, then I need a left-handed match for North versus South. I want to go both hands.
Well, I mean, we're also open to kind of like stewing over anybody else. You know, if you like this one, he's obviously challenging. It's a challenge for him. He's newer in the game.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
now, I believe. So yeah, if you want to kind of like gun up on the left, you know, find somebody that might, you know, that you'd have to be challenging.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well, then
uh,
that's an open call out to anybody in the 185 in California, left hand that's in the, the bottom part of the top 10. If you'd be willing to take a match with me, I am ready.
Sweet. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of thinking about that one. And it has to be from the South. Yeah, we'll stew
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, it does. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, but
What's the weight class?
185.
There's Robbie's kid, but he's relatively new. He's not ranked yet, but he's real strong.
He is good. I felt him a few months ago. I'm not quite sure if he's Jeff.
Could we pull up the rankings for California? Is somebody?
Of course. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. No problem. Let's see. California Arm Wrestling League. And
I think the two guys that were 10, 9, and 8, I think they're all from the South, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully they don't already have a match.
okay, it's 165, 185, and we're looking at lefty. Okay, let me make sure this just isn't showing too much. All right, there we go. And boom. Okay, so we've got, is it too small?
Yeah, yeah.
How do I, oh yeah. Right. Where's my little plus?
Oh, you got an Apple.
Like shift or something? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I might have to,
Oh, you can just read them off, Kane. That's fine.
okay, so we've got, dude, you should just go for Vrej. Go for the number one.
Yeah, don't be such a pussy.
So I'll just read down from one, and we'll see where we land. We got Vrej at number one. We got Ole Musai at number two. Luke Kent at number three. Nick Postal. That's North. Darren Stepanian. That would be a lot. Vadim's up north. Scott Wynn is down here.
I believe Scott Wynn already has a left-handed match.
Okay, yeah, and Marshall Shortridge. If you're there, Josh, does Marshall have a match? Because if he doesn't, he should. And then we got Leonid Karabidian and Fabian Chavez. Ooh, I like Fabian. And I like Marshall for you.
I'm down for either one. Set it up.
I don't know much about, both of those guys are South. I don't know anything really about Leonid unless I just can't.
Is he a South guy?
Yeah, I think so. Let me punch him in here. But yeah, Fabian would be good. I think I might have snuck a pin on him in the UAL, but I know for sure he got me. And I can't remember if it was left, right, or both. But that was also me pulling up from 165. So, but I like his style for you. He's very strong and it would be pulling up.
Yeah.
Marshall too. He's very talented and his lever is like 10 feet long. Very difficult to
See,
pull
that's
up.
what I'll take any match, but that's been my kryptonite for sure. I'm exposing myself.
Okay, Leonid.
My Marshall is tall, a real tall guy.
Yes. Yeah, he's probably like 6'3", 6'4".
No, he's like 6'5".
Is he really?
I think he's taller than me.
Jeez.
Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I feel like he's taller than me.
Yeah, I've stood next to you. You're still pretty tall.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I mean,
Leo. Oh crap. No, you don't want to match with Leo. I don't even know why. Like I don't want to match with that guy. Dude, he is nuts. I don't know how he's so far down on the list even.
Leo, he's number 8.
Yeah, he goes by Leo, and I didn't recognize him off of Leonid. Must be his full name.
You share the screen because I gotta see him.
Okay.
yeah, you got to get pictures of people, man. I don't fucking know names. There's still people that I've talked to at Armfest for like 6 months, and I'm like, fucking Ralph, I don't fucking remember your name, man. Like I'm so bad with names.
When's your next Armfest, man?
Oh shit, I should put that flyer up. I finally got around. I made like 9 like 9 for the next like 9 months. I made flyers, and so it's gonna be June 2nd.
Ooh, day after Patterson.
Okay, so Leo is the guy on the left here.
Oh, that's Leo. Okay, I know.
Yeah, and
He's strong as shit.
Yeah. His top roll is like it's something else. Yeah, last I pulled him was just practice pulling at the Arm Fest. I want to say maybe 2 months ago. And I was just looking, like what's his name? Adam Silver was like, yeah, pull this guy, and he doesn't look that like threatening, and
He's got a really nice smile and everything.
he's
You're like,
a
oh,
nice
we can be
guy,
friends.
you know,
And then he just
and
kills you on the table.
yeah, he just kept doing the same thing over and over, and I kept like doing, trying to go to every different angle and everything like that, and it's overwhelming, a very overwhelming top roll. So here he is pulling Kevin Agayo, who is also a nutty beast and probably like what, 50 pounds heavier, 40 pounds heavier.
Yeah. Oh, that's on the right arm too.
Yeah, and I don't know if he pulls much left. We'd have to find out. But yeah, he'd be.
Oh, I'm down to set that up too. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Left-handed. He's down in my range there.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the only reason probably why he's down so low on the
What weight is
list,
Leo?
he's a 185 guy.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing it's just because he doesn't compete that much, right, Alan?
I haven't really been to many competitions lately, so I don't know for sure. So it's really interesting to me, to why he would be low. But yeah, he might not compete. I feel like he comes to most of the Armfests. So
what's the date on his last?
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
It's 1/20/24. That would have been
that would have been the UAL event.
Yeah.
but I pulled the 185. I don't even remember seeing him there. That's weird.
Did you get knocked out early?
Yeah, I mean, I could have. Could have. I was in there for a
Monsters that were there at
little
185.
bit.
It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean it's fucking UAL, man. January one. It's just if that one's nutty.
Yeah. That might have been it. Um, yeah, and so was Marshall Shortridge's. His was 120, so Marshall must have beat him. And that's the thing, with Marshall. He's got a great lever and he knows how to use it.
Well, what
So
about Fabian? If Fabian's available, then I'll definitely take that match.
if I were you, I'd pick Fabian. Yeah, I think that's style-wise, size-wise, strength-wise. I think that makes for a really interesting match.
Could you reach out to him? You connected enough down there in SoCal to?
Yeah, I'll do it. So who's your number two, Marshall or Leo?
Leo.
Okay. And then Marshall number three. And we definitely need to make an effort to find Marshall a good match from up north. Looking at the list now, I wouldn't be mad at seeing him against Vadim. That could be an interesting match.
And you don't have him on your list there. Vadim isn't matched up for.
We got to make like arm wrestling cards of all the pullers in fucking
For
California.
sure.
Just because, like, I don't like you might as well just be speaking Greek. I don't know anybody's fucking names. So
Even down
embarrassing.
there in the South, you don't know the
No,
guys.
dude, it's so bad. Like, I am dog shit when it comes to remembering people's names. Like, there's this guy at my work. Every day it walks by, he's like, "What's up, Alan?" I'm like, "What's up, champ?" And every day for the last 3 months, he walks by.
That's why we all need nicknames. We need nicknames.
No, I just need like a deck of cards. I can just be like, "Who the fuck is?" Oh, Mark. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
All right, so we've got Mike McGraw versus Scott Wynn, right-handed, and that
I'm so excited for that.
That's gonna
so
be really
awesome.
interesting. Yeah,
That's so awesome.
And
Mike is such an awesome dude, and I think he caught the arm wrestling bug again. He had a super match with one of our guys up here up north the last time I went up there, and ever since then he's just been hitting it hard and heavy, man. He's been great.
hell yeah, I'm mostly excited just to see him pull.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about him, and we hung out at the after party last year. Great dude. But yeah, I can't wait to see him pull and Scott win. That's this is gonna be interesting. So Sean Forshee versus yeah, so we've got a couple of them here that we're trying to set up matches. One for Sean Forshee, Anthony Candelaria. We also need one for Mike Linder. I know we tossed around Mike Linder with Mike McGraw, but it would be not. Mike is a very tough one to set a match for. He's a 165 guy, and he got first place at the UAL Pro. He got first place at the Kringle Pull, where we're talking, beat Caleb at both of them.
Did he have a super match at one of the Arm Fests?
He had one with Will Klingman, and I believe Will beat him like 3-2.
Yeah.
But
I was about to say, I'm like, that name sounds so familiar. I definitely know I met him.
Looking at the guys up north, it's hard to think of like who to give him. I know that when I really, racked my brain over it, I ended up having to go up and wait for the guys in the north. Yeah, I'm gonna jump right back over to the rankings list and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so right hand, he's definitely better right-handed. And in the north, we got Caleb, who he's already beaten twice. And Caleb's got his thing going on. Chewy, I've got a match with him. Right-handed. I guess he could go against Chewy lefty if Chewy wants a left-handed match.
You have a match with Chewy?
I do. Yeah, sorry, that's down the list a little bit. But That's it, man. After Chewy, and Mike is actually ranked right below Chewy. Chewy's number 5, Mike's number 6. Below that, it's all South guys. We got Christian Zepeda, we got ET, we got Mike Brown, Henry DeGros, me. And then it's unranked guys for the North. It's Patrick Yukaro, and Alwyn Kaburi. But
Wait, Alwyn's a North guy.
yeah, right. He's not top
There's a
10,
North Allen.
but that could be a cool
I'm
match.
bullshit. Gotta beat that guy.
No, it's Alwyn.
Oh, Alwyn. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind. Alwyn's cool then.
Is Alwyn pretty good right-handed?
Yeah, he's real good. Yeah. He's very fast.
Is he a skinny guy?
Yeah, very fast.
I know who you're talking about. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy's legit. I remember when I first saw his name, I was like, Ow. I don't know. How do I do this?
His right is good. His left is better for sure.
I think I met him at one of the UAL events. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's a strong dude.
Yeah.
So does Chewy not really pull left? Because if I'm pulling Chewy right, it wouldn't make sense for Mike to have a match with Chewy left if he's not really.
He pulls left. He's way stronger right than left though.
Okay, yeah, because he's not even in the runner-up list on left. So on left,
who we talking about matching up?
Dude, Alwyn is number 3 lefty in the 165.
Yeah. His left is crazy.
Okay, we got to set that up. So definitely we need to reach out to Alwyn and see if he's down for a match. Alwyn's actually in the chat often, so if you're here, let us know what you think about that. Mike Linder. But we definitely need one for Mike righty. And I don't know who that would be though.
For right hand, 185.
I mean, definitely no 165s up north that would make sense for his strong arm. Alwyn makes a whole lot of sense lefty. If we jump to 180,
it looks like he's in the chat right now.
Alwyn?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, real quick, right hand 185 up north. Yeah, it's just Luke Kent. There's Aaron Blevins, but it sounds like he's out of state now. Nick Postel.
I don't know about that.
A lot, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. Brian Matarasi.
Yeah, I just had a match with Brian.
He's a North guy?
Yeah, North guy, yep.
Have you pulled Mike Linder?
Have I pulled Mike Linder? No.
Yeah. I'll have to look up Brian. And
sorry about that, guys. I had to get the kids ready for bed.
Yeah, man, no problem.
He's looking for a match for Mike Linder. Wants a 185 guy out of NorCal.
Mike Linder is a tough. That's a big ask. That's like I mean, he's right there. Right there in the top 5 already, isn't he?
At 165, right?
On the right hand, he's number 6, right behind Chewy. But I've got a match with Chewy righty. And lefty, we decided Alwyn, who's number 3, 165 lefty. Alwyn would be a great match for him. But Mike favors his right. He's good left and he'll pull left. But when we look at right, there's nobody in the 165 that makes sense for him. That's up north.
Right. Do you know if Brian would come to North versus South, John?
Matarasi.
Brian who?
Matarasi.
I mean, it all depends. It all depends on what's going on with his kids and stuff like that. But I mean, all of the arm benders will be there. If it's -1 or 2, I mean, Brian might be an exception. So, yeah.
He's looking for a 185 guy out of NorCal.
185 for
Yeah,
Linder?
yeah, 185. Yeah. For Mike Linder.
Well, here's my thing. You know, he's a humble guy, and he would be okay with like pulling an unranked guy, but his right's really good. He's been placing first, like the state championship, like that. I think it makes sense to throw somebody, you know, with some accolades at him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Alan, I see you in the chat.
I think Vince Pulowski, I mean, if that's the case, if he wants to pull up to the 185s, Vince Pulowski is he's no joke. The rankings might not show it. I mean, he might be at the bottom of the rankings, but that's only, I mean, he only gets to like 1 or 2 tournaments a year.
Okay.
He's a veteran. I mean, he's a 20-year arm bender. The Pulaski family's like, you know, 3 generations deep. The Spartan is his son, and then Jalen is his son, and they're all they've been around the sport forever.
You've pulled Mike a little bit, haven't you, Josh?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good match?
Well, they're both when you pull both of those guys, you walk away from the table saying, dude, his hand is ridiculous.
Perfect.
So that's why I thought of Vince Pulaski. Like, he's a hand guy, you know, like a very, very strong hand. And so is Mike Linder. That's if he's trying to pull up. I don't know that. I mean, Vince is probably, you know, down for whatever, but I also don't know that Vince is going to want to pull a guy that's that light. So I would have to talk to him, you know, because that's kind of, it's one of those situations where it might not make sense for some. I don't know.
Okay.
But
all right,
with him, it's like, yeah, Alwyn is a perfect match, left-handed. And then, I mean, you got Caleb that, well, I mean, I mean, they've already met a few times and they both have wins on each other. Why don't we try to set up Caleb and Mike Linder? I mean, right hand.
I mean, so far Mike's got only wins on him at the last 2 showings. So yeah, I think
what now?
I think
wait,
the
what?
win that Caleb might have on him is lefty. Right.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure because at right hand, yeah, he beat him at UAL state championship. He beat him at the Kringle pull before that. So yeah, that's why right hand.
Caleb, wait a minute. I thought at the Kringle pull that they went 1 for 1, right? Because remember that there was multiple classes being pulled, and so they met in one class. And I think the same thing happened at the UAL, right? Am I right or wrong?
So you're saying that Mike was just the ultimate winner, like in the finals, but Caleb got a pin on him earlier in the tournament?
I think so. Well, I know that it might be left-handed now. I know that one of them finished first place in one class and the other was second, and then it was flip-flop for another class. Like Caleb was first in one and Mike was first in one. I don't know that, but I thought they both either way. I mean, that's who you have to think of, right? Caleb he's the 165 guy up north,
right? Okay.
You know,
well, we'll have to see about that right-handed then. He's locked with Mike for left. Yeah, I'll talk to Mike Linder about that. Coming down the list, Adam Eddie versus me.
Wait, you guys already talked about Mike McGraw. What did you guys say? What was the?
Was Scott win? Yeah.
Yeah, what was the consensus across the board? Did everybody pick Scott?
We all said we're excited for the match, but nobody really, I feel like, gave predictions on the match. Obviously, I don't think on paper would be the correct word, but in terms of who's been active
Right.
for the most,
I
you're gonna
want
miss
to say this. I know you guys might have already talked about it, but I just want to say this. When Mike threw out the idea of having a match and saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about like getting back in it and seeing what I could do." I threw out a lot of options to him, and Mike said, "I want the hardest match. I want to go against Scott." And then when I asked Scott, Scott was like, "Dude, we pulled before. It would be an honor to pull him again. Heck yeah." And so the fact that Mike, on a comeback, didn't want a layup. Not to say that I was trying to give him a layup, but I was trying to like respect the fact that he's off the couch for several years. And he was like, "No, I want the biggest test possible, like for my weight class that's available." And so yeah, I just thought that was really cool. And so yeah, on paper for sure, Scott is much more active, and these guys are both my friends and both some of my favorite people in the community. I've been to both their houses and hung out, and so it's one of those where I just want to see them both pull, and it's like one of those legendary matches.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be one of the showstopper matches of the whole event. I think we're all going to be glued to that one.
So you and Adam Eddy, huh? Left-handed.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about that match?
I don't know, man. I feel good about it. I watched the only bit of information I feel like I have on him is North versus South. Last year I watched him. I might have gone against him at what was he at UAL? Did he compete pro and amateur? At this last one?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
If
I
if it
know he was at. I know he was at one of them.
okay. Yeah. It's hard to say. I might be mistaking him
Well,
for another guy, but there's a guy I pinned in UAL that I feel like was him. And if it's who I think is, he was very fast. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about it because I don't know a lot about him. I don't see him a lot in competition, and he asked for the match in our chat, I believe, something like that, a couple months back, and I said, "All right." Yeah, and it's
what do
lefty.
you think? What do you think about you and Chewy?
Well, it's been a while. Like I think the only time we pulled in competition was 2 years ago, at least.
The
At least
Patty pull 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I pinned him and then he pinned me. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of work he's been putting in. I haven't seen him competing. I've got a game plan, but
So you were not at the UAL Anaheim, were you?
not Anaheim. Yeah, not last year, no.
Yeah, he's one of those that kind of pops up. He reminds me of I mean, Jeff said it earlier, but he reminds me of Aaron. He's like that sleeper dude that just pops up, and at any time he could just make some shit interesting.
Right, right. I definitely feel like the underdog in this match. He's very strong. He's ranked number 5 on the right in California, and deservingly so. I really want to pull him on that Mac table. I want to pull him on Ian Carnegie's table because that would be different. I don't want there to be a bunch of elbow fouls in this match.
Yeah.
he's got a short arm like me, but his is probably shorter. And just based on like kind of our style differentiations, it opens things up for elbow fouls. It opens up things for him to jump off the front. It opens things up for me to maybe float, but on Ian's table, dude, I would love to pull somebody like Chewy, because I feel like on both sides we would have so much more options, you know. But yeah, we'll see. We also got Elijah Colazzo, my teammate, versus Nolan Craig. I think that's also going to be one of the showstopper matches. Yeah, I think that's going to be.
This should be a good match. They both met up at the last UAL event that was in LA. They both met up there, and super. It's a close match. It's a close match. And Elijah, it would be hard for me to believe that any kid at that age that's fresh into it is putting in that much off the table time, like the homework. So Elijah's, he's pretty impressive there, and it's a blessing, like I said, that he has Todd, his dad, there, that is always willing to help him with stuff and keep that going. So I'm excited to see where it's at come July. I think Elijah's leveling up. It's only a thing. It's for his strength. It's only a thing for comfortability. Once he gets comfortable at that table, then all that working out is going to make sense.
Definitely. Yeah, well said. Nolan's that natural kid, good long lever, fast, just really good and athletic around the table. And Elijah's strong, he's fast, but I'll say this straight up, like, he's got to be the hardest working person on my team, and he's just a kid. Like, we've got guys that are going to like try and train with him, just to kind of be around that work ethic, and he's inspiring. He inspires our team. He sticks to a program. His numbers are constantly going up. If I was to put a prediction on this match, it's one of those where if Elijah stops the match, if he stops Nolan's hit, I think it could favor Elijah quite a bit. But there's a lot of different factors in this. So either way, I'm really looking forward to it. Nolan's a great kid too.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those. It's like Nolan and Aiden and them. They all train with Santino, so they're super, table savvy and real correct hand movement, and they also are very hand dominant pullers. And then you have Elijah, who's like strong,
Hey guys,
brute.
I'm just to jump in real quick. I'm gonna get off. But thanks for the invite. It's good talking to you guys, and I'll catch you next time.
All right, we'll see you, Alan.
Peace, brother.
Yeah, we'll wrap things up pretty soon here. Yeah, dude, I agree.
Come on, I'm trying to make this show go past midnight tonight.
Did we already talk about Kane's match with Chewy?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but we want to hear your. We want to hear your thoughts, because that's what I wanted to get to. I want to hear some thoughts. Kane said his thoughts. He feels like he's the underdog a little bit going into it. Obviously, Chewy's number 5, and he's a strong dude. But yeah. So what do you think from what you pulled? You pulled both of these guys.
Well, I pulled both dudes. I really don't know. Hang on one second. Sorry, my wife's getting on the kids. I want you guys to hear. I don't know. I pulled both of you. I don't want to give away secrets or anything.
Chris Zawacki's going to have a match. I love it. He just asked me to find him a match, and I have the perfect match for him. Boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chris is a beast. Yeah. What's
I
up?
don't want to give away anybody's secrets. But your top is
these guys
just,
both know each other. They both have pulled.
you pulled?
What do you? Yeah,
You
they
just gotta
pulled.
go. You just gotta be
His first-
faster than him on that hit, Kane. That's it. You gotta be way
Uh,
faster than him.
Kane's first time pulling Chewy was for Chewy's first ever tournament.
If he sucks
it
you
was-
into a hook, Kane, it's over. Oh, it's over. It's crazy, man. His static strength in that hook position, it's so hard to deal with. But I think that you do have a much longer arm. And the tricky part about gripping up with him is that he has no thumb. Like, it is knuckle and nail right next to each other, and that's it. So
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
real
keep
hard.
coming down. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, you're
you have
pretty
to
much
give up a
dumping
lot
your
just
wrist.
to get a legal grip.
You're dumping your wrist completely just to get a legal grip. You know, you have to go in completely dumped and then gain that hand position back on the hit, you know.
Yeah,
I
Roman
was able to UAL in Patterson 2 years ago. Was it last year or two? No, it was last year. I pulled. I pulled 165. I was able to do that on the hit round one, but I elbow fouled. And then the second time around, he was just like, I'm not letting you go there again, you know, and he sucked me into that hook. It was tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So we've got a 1-1 record against each other, but that was 2 years ago.
And you've been working on your hook though, right? I know that you were talking about it like a few months ago. You've been really putting in some work on the hook.
Primarily, it feels really good. Like, there's a lot of people that we consider strong in California in a hook that if we go into it slow, I feel good. My issue, I need to keep drilling and everything to get more comfortable at setting a hook. Yeah, like I just had a practice match with Mike Linder, and my main focus with him, even though like probably the better route would be up top, I primarily tried to hook the guy. I tried to like set a hook, and I lost that match, but yeah, it's still something that I'm trying to work on the mechanics of, is setting it and getting to where I actually feel engaged, you know. But yeah, it's tough. All I got to say is last year when I saw Chewy pull Will Klingman in the super match, and I believe Will was like, he came into that with like screw it, let's just go into the hook attitude for round one. He went and tested the waters. And a lot of people don't know this about Will. Everybody thinks that Will is just this crazy top roller. Will's hook is insane. He's got a really good hook. And just to see Will just go in there with him to test it out, and I don't know if he got pinned or if he like had to fully bail. I couldn't remember, but it was bad. And he was like, "No, we're not having a hook match." Yeah,
it was twice.
Yeah, 2 times
on the right hand. On the right hand, he went in there twice, back to back with them, and tried, and Chewy pinned him. I won't say, I mean, I don't want to say easily or anything, but he pinned him, right? Like, and then Will then was like, okay, no, I'm gonna go outside, and then also Will pinned right through that, going the other way. But then he came on our podcast and he was like, I will not go into a hook with that guy anymore.
No.
So you've told me, I mean, I've felt Will, right? Will is, again, he's one of those Mike Linder, Vince Pulowski, like he is a crazy hand dude. And so, yeah, just hearing about how he trains in that negative hook and, beating from there. And then for him to, say that Chewy's hook was that good, it's like, dang, okay, Chewy's hook must be really, really good.
It's
and
definitely
so it's
special.
one of those things. It's if he gets there, okay, I guess he's like a badass, right? But there's a lot of people that can keep that from happening, right? And he tends to, if you look at Chewy's history, I mean, which is a short history, but if you look at his history, the matches that he's had trouble with have all been the same move. And so Yeah.
He's a little sleepy on the start. That's one thing. And if you can get outside, there's a lane. There's a lane.
He's more of a counter. Well, that's the thing. He's more of a, and reading that thing that Brezink wrote, talking about how the hit is not always the best way to go, because you'll lose position by trying to just gain a pin too fast. Chewy tends to be more of a counter puller where he wants to feel that pressure to then come with it and find his lock, as opposed to trying to go forward and maybe losing some wrist at the same time.
You're done.
So that tends to work for me a lot of the time as well. You know, if I let pressure happen and then stop it, I tend to be in a much stronger spot. So
definitely,
yeah, I think that's a lot of what that is. But again, you're right. So in the sense that people with speed and that come backwards a lot, not necessarily trying to roll through the hand, but jamming backwards tends to be his kryptonite.
Yeah.
Right. Because
that's Caleb. That's Caleb for sure.
Caleb, you know, Will, when he wanted to come around and back, the same move has worked on him historically. Right. And then the opposite side, the same move doesn't work on him. The people who have tried to go inside, all of them, it hasn't been good. Even him and ET, when they were training together, you know, ET was trying to go inside with Chewy on the right hand. He couldn't, you know, not there. But ET's much advanced arm wrestler where he has so many options. If he wanted to go like a different way, he could be like, okay, well then we'll go here.
The other
Chewy
thing
tends to have like that one move, right?
Yeah.
So
the other thing is too, is if you do end up finding yourself in that hook, try to fight as much as you can, because I think that you have a much superior gas tank, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
just with your, you know, your experience in the sport, I think you have a lot more stamina and stuff. If you could tire him out, he does fade towards the end of the into the rounds.
Yeah, his style is very similar to a lot of the guys that Mike and I pulled in Mexico recently. It feels like really bad side pressure, but it's mostly like the ability to control center through the hand. He's not one of those guys that's real powerful in a hook going deep and chopping underneath. He will go through your hand.
Yeah.
He will completely cancel out your pronation, go straight through the hand, and then hook you. And the back pressure, it almost feels like it's more of a lock through a side pressure position, but it's just that cupping is so strong it feels like you're being drugged straight sideways.
It's weird too, because it's not like he gets his shoulder way out in front of his hand either. You know, he's real strong just in this crazy side pressure static hook, you know.
Yeah, we're both going to be watching our elbows on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like we both got so much information on that match, because the exact thing that you were saying, when I got a pin on him, it was because I caught him sleeping and it was more just like a straight flash to the side. But even at that, like, he didn't know he got pinned. Like it happened kind of quick, and he kept fighting, and that's when I felt it, like, was after the pin. Like I pinned him, and then I was like, oh shit. And I ended up getting the pin, and then we saw each other again, and he went for the catch. I really so that gave me a lot of information, but I also hope that elbow fouls don't occur. I want this to be a really good match. I don't want his attempt to catch me or anything like that to lead him off the front of the pad, and I don't want to be, doing some crazy out of position stuff myself, but
yeah, we got Bill. He calls him.
What's that?
I said we got Bill. He's gonna call him.
What's your
Yeah.
job? What's your job?
Good job. Hey, shut the door, bub.
Let's see.
Hey, so Josh, just real quick, because you were out whenever we were talking about it. I only have a right-handed match with what's the guy's name again?
Brandon Sewell.
Brandon Sewell. Left-handed match. We're gonna try for Fabian or let's see.
So Fabian Chavez is going to be the first one I'm reaching out to.
Hold on, let me see what Chris said. Oh, okay, yeah, Chris said, see if you can find me a match, prefer right, but we'll pull both. So,
Okay.
I mean, there is that option.
Oh, okay, for Jeff. Oh, yeah.
Chris.
But Chris is like a 205 guy, isn't he?
Is he?
Chris who?
I think that was the only category I pulled him in at the Kringle poll when I did the 3 class.
I mean, it'd be cool just for a fun match. I mean,
Sure.
I mean, it's for North versus South more than it's for a weight class. You know what I mean? If the guys are down to do it.
It would be a gnarly match too. Backing up. So
Chris is like at the bottom end of the rankings in the 205. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're pulling like the top 3 guy or something like that. I don't know if they're both down with it. I think that'd be a good one. Or you said what, Fabian Chavez?
I believe he's a San Diego guy, and he's really strong. Yeah, I pulled him at UAL.
Yeah, Fabian's super strong. I think, I could be wrong. I think he got a pin on Dawn. At one of the tournaments. I could be wrong.
Yeah, we were thinking him or Marshall Shortridge or Leo.
Marshall that's a big dude.
But that was one thing that we also realized is we have to set up a match for Marshall. You know, obviously we got to ask him if he wants one, but like, you know, that kid's coming out of nowhere.
Is that his weight class? Is that his weight class?
Marshall's 185, yeah.
Then try to set it up with Jeff.
So we got 3 options. Marshall, he's 6'5", right? That's Marshall.
Yeah,
the super long lever.
6'5". Yeah, really long lever. I personally like the style matchup with Fabian, but you know, who knows with Marshall? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we put Fabian against Jeff, and then we put like Marshall against Vince Pulaski Sr.
That would be awesome. Right hand?
Okay.
You know, well, whichever one they're down for. You know, Vince, I mean, he's crazy on both hands.
God, dude, that would be a great match. Vince has got a really long lever too.
Yeah.
And Marshall's got a lot. I mean, he's one of those guys I feel like could surprise a lot of people. I don't know if you saw some of the
I've seen the people he beat. I was right there next to him.
Yeah, I was actually watching the SoCal Armfest footage from the last one that we just had when I was in Mexico. And yeah, he was pulling Oleg and some interesting stuff there. I mean, practice pulling, of course, but you know, practice pulling also gives you an opportunity to get into slow angles and you know, see where 2 people stack up. Obviously Oleg, you know, will flash people all day, but it was interesting. There was a lot of interesting information in that.
Okay, it sounds like Chris is wanting to pull you know, like up in his class. He's wanting to pull Matt Hughes or who else did he just say?
Is Matt coming? Matt's coming.
Oh, he was saying Robbie Ballesteros, but Ballesteros already has 2 matches. So Matt will come. I mean, Matt will come if, you know, mean, he's probably going to come anyway, but if he's wanting to pull, I'll set him up a match. But I don't want to set up matches like Kane, where I'm at with all of it. Like, I don't want to set up matches to where either side, like, we look like we're trying to favor one side or whatever. Obviously, we're north to south, we're going to favor our side on the competition day. But for the setting of the matches, I want them to be as close to caliber as possible, and not to take anything at all from Chris. But I want to make sure that both sides are going to line up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to give Chris like one of the best guys up here. And not to say Chris isn't a very talented guy, but let's just say it ends up going the way where it looks like, what the frick, man? Why is this set up with this guy when Chris is barely, a couple years back in, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the actual top 10 list, and if he's wanting to pull up, on paper, it looks like Matt's the guy. And
yeah, I mean, then we have to. Yeah, I mean, I think
if he's asking for it, one to reach up.
That'd be cool. I mean, that would be cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got to see what's what. I mean, no matter where Chris is at, and obviously he's coming up fast. His belief in himself, I believe, is impressive. The time that I've spent talking to him, like his focus on the matches and tournaments, you could tell he really wants to challenge himself, and that he really believes that he's capable of like.
Oh yeah, no, I know the way I probably just sounded was like real dickish, and I didn't mean to sound no way.
I mean, I think it's fair. You don't want to set up a mismatch, but
I'm not even saying that it is one. That's
right.
not what I'm saying. But I think I am. Most of these people that we're talking about, I've pulled these people. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only going off experience. The rankings might say one thing, right? But like, I think Robbie Ballesteros is ranked higher than Matt Hughes on the rankings. Matt is one of those guys that, like, show up once a year. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably pretty
close.
No, not that's what I mean, not close. Like, pretty handily, I mean, like, if Matt wanted to, like, he would probably none of the guys in the north that are his weight are going to beat him. You know what I mean? So if they're ranked higher than him, it's it's just because Matt ain't going to the tournament. Yeah.
He's a Hughes.
Yeah,
well, at that 205 weight, you know what I mean? Like, Matt is even right where Matt's at right now. Like, I think Matt's right in the conversation with Jamie Anderson, Mika, them guys. You know what I mean? He obviously needs to, go to a couple tournaments and keep training, but yeah, I mean, they've never really stopped training. They do their every 2-week practice, and they've done that for 30 years. But that's all I was meaning by that. Like, I feel like Matt's a top 5 guy. The rankings just don't show it.
Are we writing down some of these possibilities for matches?
Yes.
I don't even.
Right, cool.
Yeah. Kane's the one Kane's came up with some beautiful matches. I just want to say
that Alwyn match is going to be cool. I like that. If we can make that work.
Wait, Alwyn and who?
Alwyn and Mike Linder, lefty.
You set it up?
No, I'm gonna try and make it happen. Alwyn's actually in the chat, and he hasn't responded about it. And if I know Mike, he's just gonna say yes. But
come on, Alwyn, don't be like that, Alwyn. Don't try to hold on to that. Come on, let's go.
But we need a right-handed match for Mike. Mike is he's good both left and right, but right on paper has been his better arm. And that was the conversation, is what do we do with him right-handed when it comes to the guys up north? We landed on talking about Caleb. That might be the best option for him if we're not gonna jump up to the 185s and think of somebody there. But we gotta get Caleb to say yes.
Wait a minute. All right, beautiful. There it is. Lock it in. Look at the list real quick. Can we go back to the list, to the top of the list? Real quick. I just want to make sure that we could do this. Where are we at? Son of a biscuit.
You were thinking Austin. Yeah.
No, because Chris Sawacki is asking for the Caribbean Bull. So we can set them up left-handed.
Yeah,
we can set him up left-handed, but he's not ranked left-handed. He's only ranked right-handed. So maybe that doesn't matter to Chris, but if we can set that up left-handed, I know that Goyo's okay with it because he wants to have 2 matches if possible. Okay. So I'm just going to wait for Chris. Chris, tell me if you're watching right now. Tell me yes or no if you're left-handed, if you're willing to go against the Caribbean Bull. And we will add it to the list. It is locked in.
Absolutely. And we've got a lot of work to do on a few more matches. And there's already some that are not being included or released here, but we do have another one.
Oh yeah, thank you, Eric. What's his last name? Jacob Adjaron and Eric Linville. Also, I forgot. That's a big match. Yes, Eric. Next week on the show, we're going to release the rest of the list. There's about the same amount of names you see here. There's about that many more. So. We're gonna release the rest of the list, and we definitely won't forget you are on there. But yeah, Kane, Eric Linville, and Jacob Audron, or however you say his last name, he won first place at the UAL recently.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool, man. I look forward to seeing that. And we do have one other showstopper match here. Grace versus Tara Terry, right and left hand. What do you guys think?
Well, here's the thing, right? I think it's probably going to be one of the most exciting matches of the day. The reason why is I think out of with the exception of Mike McGraw and Scott Wynn, I think that these two have the most history between them back and forth.
No, it's so awesome.
It makes it a really cool thing. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a battle. I think that right-handed probably. I don't even want to make any predictions. I'll let you guys do that. But I think it's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, I don't know how to predict that. It's so difficult.
What's the history? Is there a number of
Yeah, so they have met a few times in the tournaments, and it's went back and forth in the tournament, and then they had a super match, and it was 5 rounds, and Tara won 3 of them, and Grace won 2. So out of their last 8 meetings, I believe it's like 4-4 or 5-4 towards Grace. I think Grace might have the edge because of the tournament wins. I think so. But yeah, either way, it's back and forth between them two.
So awesome.
Tara has the most recent win in the super match, but Grace beat her right before that at Arizona.
Gosh, that's going to be an exciting match.
I kind of want to pull that super match up. but
Yeah, please do. Let's do it. We got time. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to walk to the restroom. I'm going to just mute my video.
okay, here we go. Let me screen share it. Oh. Okay. Is it coming through too choppy for you on your end?
Yeah, it's pretty choppy.
Okay. Let's see. Share.
Maybe the quality down a little bit.
Yeah, let's see if this helps. Wait. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Is it still choppy?
It's a little better. Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's way better. Yeah.
How about still in full screen? Still okay?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Both ladies, knuckles way up.
Mm-hmm.
Up, Tara's dropping into a low hand.
Grace has got her shoulder all the way engaged.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh. Wow.
I love that. I feel like that's more common with
Wow.
matches. There's the changes and adjustments are more like probable, I feel like.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
that,
definitely.
you know, like that deep water that Grace. So Tara gave the low hand. She pretty much gave up height, and Tara took it, and not Grace took it, and had her hand, had her wrist, and normally in most cases that would be end game. But Tara just jumped in, forced her into a hook.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, right at the end, she sucked into the hook too. That was awesome. I thought that Grace was a little bigger than Tara. I guess they are right around the same size, huh?
Grace is a little bigger.
Hit that hard! Hit it hard! Hit it, roll!
Tara's in the low hand again. Oh, she went straight for the hook this time.
Yep.
Interesting.
This is going to be such a good match, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. And you'd think if she actually committed to setting that hook that she would have been more successful. Normally when, I don't know, normally when you have to like get forced into a hook, it's not as good a situation.
Well, I think that Tara got scared because she got pretty close with that top roll to pin her before she was able to engage at all.
Right. So it's 1-1.
So she goes outside now and then into the hook. Let's see. Yep, she's going back.
Oh.
You saw her post right there, though? She tried to go backwards.
Yeah. So we got 2-1 Grace right now. Yeah, Tara's a fierce competitor like her dad.
Oh
They don't,
man.
they don't like to lose.
Go up! Bring your knuckles up!
Grace is way knuckles up.
There it is.
Oh,
See, she slows her down with. That's what she did. She slowed her down with that. She matched up top with her, and then
Yeah.
was able to supinate in.
2-2. Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy match.
Yeah, it's a good one, huh?
You gotta go inside her!
It looks like Grace is gonna be trying to like fire off. Doesn't look like she's holding on too much. But Tara's not happy with the grip.
Come on, T!
Oh, wow. What a good match. Oh, I'm so excited for North versus South.
Good job, girl!
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be great.
it's gonna be good. Yeah, we're gonna see how this works out. So based on that, what are you thinking, Jeff?
I know that Tara's been really busy. I don't know how many tournaments and stuff that Grace has been going to, but Tara's been tearing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grace is getting out there too. She was at PAL. Yeah, she's getting around.
Yeah, they travel a lot, man. They get to grip up with people from all over the place. Like,
and they have to get some competition. They really have to travel.
Robert Terry and Tara Terry, they just get in that little camper van and just take off. They'll pull everybody. They're all over the place.
Yeah, all I know is even if we have 2 tables again for North versus South 2, things need to stop for that match. We need to we need to run 1 table on that and have all attention on those 2 ladies.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think there's a couple matches we need to put stars on for those types of things too, you know.
Good idea. Yeah, Scott Wynn and Mike McGraw.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think Ryan Ballesteros and Paul gosh dang it. The match from last year. The rematch from last year.
Ryan Ballesteros and Scott
Partington, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that is solidified yet. I know Josh has been working on that one.
Oh, I thought that was one that you announced. I'm sorry.
It might be. Where are you at, Josh?
You had to go to the restroom, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we have to see that match. That was one of the gnarliest ones.
Oh God, it was so good.
I know that. Oh, I think where we left off, we should know by now, but I believe there was some things with work that Ryan needed to figure out. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll see what happened with that. I know Scott wants the match big time.
Hey, you got a left-handed match?
My left-handed match is with Adam Eddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'll be a fun unknown match. I have no idea what's going to happen with that one, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You know, when you felt me up there at the last UAL, man, I was just totally gassed, man. So
yeah,
gas.
yeah.
That was so crazy. Pulling 2 classes is for the birds, man. I don't think I'll ever do that again.
You pulled. Oh, yeah, I thought you pulled 3.
Well, total, I pulled 4. I pulled right and left, 185 and 205.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But it was, UAL down in, LA, it was so stacked. There was so many opponents,
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of people showed up. And I
Yeah.
had planned on going there for the pro day, but I had some work engagements that I had to do. So Sunday was the only day I can go down there. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna pull more than one class.
Yeah, I mean, it might have just been because I was so focused on the open class. I did the 165, 185. But I had more fun coming the next day to watch the amateurs pull. It was, I
Hey
don't
man,
know, you guys'
that
classes were stacked. It was entertaining, and then the after pull, I was like, damn, a lot of these guys are good,
well, yeah,
know?
Austin Fenley pulled in that one, and in my opinion, he belongs on the list. He will be there shortly.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
there was a lot of really tough guys, but what was so crazy was that 165 pound class. They were finishing with super heavyweight right hand, and they were still on 165 right hand on the other table.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many people showed up for 165. It
That's
was wild, man.
Yeah, that's how the featherweight class was born. That's how this whole thing, started. Mostly from that amateur day, because there was such a huge, I mean, on the pro day, the 165 was a lot of the typical dudes, but it was still a pretty stacked class. But it was that amateur day that the variation in weights was just huge. The
Yeah,
class
yeah.
not only was huge, but it was like there were so many dudes in there that were anywhere from like 110 to like some were up to 165, but there was just a huge number from 110 to 145.
It would be beneficial, I think, for those LA tournaments, those big tournaments like that, just for those ones specifically to open up a 35 or 145 weight class for those days, because you had more than enough people to fill it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say because we struggle with that issue with the women's classes, with the youth classes. Like I get the fight on both sides. It's like, the women want to say, like, for the women or youth, that just open, make more weight classes for them, or make a class at all, and we'll show up. But that doesn't always happen. And so they kind of go hand in hand. Facilitation helps, but it also helps to, have the demand there. And that was the big thing that we saw immediately at that state championship, was ended at a lot of our practices. It's just all these new people keep showing up that are under 145 pounds.
Man,
And
you don't realize the weight discrepancy too. Like, I was for sure, like, I felt like I was really making headway on 165. And then I was intimidated by going up to 185 because it's just killers. And I'm like, well, if I go up to 185, I'm going to be battling for years before I ever even am able to crack it. But just gaining that extra weight with the talent that I had already from what I had been doing, it was a lot faster than I thought it was. So, like, that lower weight class, those guys like Santino Bravo and Danny Dowler, and I know there's a few guys down there that pull up to 65 that are probably in the 140, 150 range. It's a big gap, man. It's a really big gap.
yep. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, I'm wanting to see those signs of more women showing up to practice, more youth showing up to practice, to make it happen, and digging real deep to find the secret to the sauce. I personally think, having superstars out there like Grace and Tara, constantly
They're,
represent
yeah.
and putting in the work, that will attract more women, but we also, and the same thing for the youth. Guys like the Craigs and Elijah, Leo, but I think we need to see them in more of an entertaining, type of competition and production. I think North vs South is one of those things, and we're really going all out this year because I mean it has to be something, if we're going to draw more women in and more youth in, it has to be something that's interesting to spectators, to even want to try it out so that we can start pulling them out of the woodwork.
Yeah, yeah. I really, really enjoyed what they did in that Mexico tournament, though. Like the way that they were on, like, I don't know how they set it up and how they filmed the whole thing. And then the interaction from the crowd was just so attractive on camera and on the video. It really sucked you in. I watched the whole thing. I'm an arm wrestler and I usually don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to be drawn in to watch every single match, like they made it really interesting. So I'm looking forward to, hopefully somebody picks that guy's brain and get some pointers from him, because that was really cool.
Yeah, it was very electric is the best word I can use in terms of like being there.
Did you get the sense that it was just way more popular in Mexico than it is in the US?
I feel like they have a lot more fun with it.
Yeah.
And I do think that the camaraderie and just I don't know, the community is a little bit more just involved. I feel like that same vibe that we have for like North versus like North versus South, that's not like it doesn't really belong to one person. A big part of what makes it so amazing is that the community helped build that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's the vibe I get down there, is like everybody's involved in making it happen, everybody contributes and everybody wants to, versus people like sitting around like, why aren't you giving me my shot, or why aren't you doing this for us, why aren't you making a tournament this way or that. Like they're all just like in it. On one of the last podcast, or the podcast I did on that, I was telling a little story of what it was like, and that power outage was the epitome of that. It was just nuts. Like it wasn't just a power outage. It was like a whole transformer on the entire shopping strip blew. And it was probably because of that club that the event was at. Like I said, it was electric. They had like all kinds of crazy lighting. They had music blaring with a DJ up there. And there was just a lot going on all at once, the music and stuff. And when it went out at just the funniest time, and just everybody, like the whole community, just thought it was hilarious, but at the same time was working to fix the issue. The transformer was blown, so there was no way they were
to
gonna
get light in there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there was no way we were gonna like flip a breaker or something and like be back in business. So they literally had us move to a different club 6 minutes away, and we were rocking and rolling within 30 minutes.
That's so awesome.
It was wild. And the other club was the same thing. But that was like the community aspect of how everybody was just, in it and positive and stuff. But in terms of like the electricity of the whole thing, I think they're really more embodying that that UFC kind of.
Oh, I loved it. And Mike played perfectly into that role, man. When he came out there, it was just like, it was perfect. That's what he was made for,
Yeah. Yeah, it was the only time I had ever been asked what's going to be your walkout song. I was like, oh shit.
Hey, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was rad, and they're coordinating with the DJ for it. They made everything happen beautifully, but it didn't feel like we were in some dry like conference room, and it was just wild. It just had
Oh, you know what it is? It's the difference between professional billiards and playing in a pool hall,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had that discussion back and forth about like we want the sport to seem professional and not be like at a bar or something like that. And I agree to like an extent. I just think we all have different impressions of what professional is and what shoddy is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
It's a grungy sport, man. It's a grungy sport.
right. Now, if we're at some hole in the wall bar, you know, where you see the bartender there in the background and there's, two top tables around and we're trying to fit in an arm wrestling event, it's unprofessional. When we're talking about professional being in some dry conference room or something like that where we're doing strict WAF rules and everything's super like choppy and there's no like vibe. To me, that's not professional.
Mm-hmm.
To me, we have to think about what professional means to arm wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, we all have different perceptions of it. None of them are really right or wrong, maybe, but mine is like it has to be that kind of what Ian Carnegie was saying on the show last night, kind of that arena vibe.
Yeah.
You gotta have the music, the ramping, the right lighting. It's
a DJ. That's so cool.
It's got a vibe. And it's like, even though North versus South is at a brewery, we've got our own allocated area to it. And, based on so many aspects of it, we can kind of create that vibe. And yeah, Josh, you and I were talking a lot about the stage setup we're doing this year. It's going to be good.
Be awesome. I can't wait.
It's going to be exciting. Definitely.
Yeah. Hey, it is the place. It is the place that we, that's the who's who. It's Northern California versus Southern California. You see everybody there.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
At the very bare minimum, it's probably just the biggest day of arm wrestling, as far as, like you just said, all the people that normally aren't going to meet up in the tournaments, because we have to be selective with where we're demographically located and whatnot. It's just, even for the newer guys that don't have a match, so you just want to come and pull with some of the best of the best of the best. So much knowledge is going to be there in that brewery that day.
Oh, dude, my favorite part about the whole thing last year was that Alan Fisher was sitting out on an arm wrestling table all day long, just giving lessons to people all day.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get that? You got to drive down to his house and get, to get that kind of treatment. It was awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah. Neat.
It drew out the best. Just that he came to watch.
Yeah, so cool.
He didn't come to beat everyone. He came to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled on. He was pulling on my table all day long, and I was like, "Why didn't I not have him freaking sign my table, man? Like that, I just should have done it."
We have him on video saying that North versus South was pretty special.
Yeah.
And coming from a guy of that caliber, it really showed the potential or the possibility of what can happen when everybody gets together. Everybody works together.
The facts are is that us North guys or even the South guys, we may go to one tournament or two tournaments a year where we're both, where everybody's there, UAL events or something like that. And you always grip up against somebody where you're like, maybe I had a little bit more for him, Hey, can you give me a second? Oh, okay. But North versus South is your opportunity to come and pull that guy, Sorry, guys. Oh, I see it.
Eat it?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Go. Sorry, guys. Are you frozen?
No.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna unveil this really cool thing. So Kane and I are going to have to work on this, right? Sorry, Kane, but I'm dragging you in. But no, so the next thing that we do, I want to do something really unique in that everybody comes to sign up for the tournament like normal, right? And again, this is going to be like a North versus South setting, so we're not talking about coming out of your pocketbook a bunch or anything like that. Just showing up and kind of showing yourself out. But you sign up, you weigh in, and then randomly your super match is set that day. And so you get called up just like a tournament, but you're like, oh shit, I'm having a best of 5 with this guy. You have no idea until the very last minute.
I love it. That is awesome. Well, obviously, we're not going to be drawing names out of a hat. Somebody's picking the matches.
It's going to be a bracket, just like anything else, but you're just going to randomly get paired up with somebody, and when your name gets called, that's when you'll know who your opponent is, and you'll have a best of 5. Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
And then you'll obviously it's a trickle down. So you do best of 5, right? And the winners from that would then meet up, and they would do a best of 3, and then you would get down to the final match where it would be a best of 1, and it would just be a single match, and that would be the winner.
That's so cool.
All right.
Yeah, just something unique, trying to think outside the box and give us as arm wrestlers, but then spectators, something really cool to look at and be like, wow. I think it would draw such a ton of excitement for us as the athlete. Just like at a tournament, you got the nerves and you're like this and that, but then it's like, boom, I got a super match right now. You know what I mean? So you're still going to get that super match, but you have no clue who it is. I mean, it's kind of cool, I think.
You do pros and amateurs, separate the two for sure.
Yeah, we would do it just, again, same thing as a tournament, same weigh-in, same everything, pairing you up where you're supposed to be at, but then you would randomly have a super match with a person instead of pulling through a tournament and just, pulling one time or whatnot.
That's awesome.
So
single elimination.
What's that?
Single elimination or double?
Yeah, I think you would do like single elimination, because a best of 5 still gives you, a best of 5 would be the same as a triple elimination, right? It gives you 3 losses. So even if they had one best of 5 match, they still have more than at a regular tournament.
And then it's equal too, because the person that you're pulling in round 2 had a best of 5 too. Yeah.
Right.
And then that's why it trickles down. That's why it trickles down to now at the semifinals, it's best of 3, which you only need 2 wins, and then down to the last 2 guys or 4 guys or however it works, a single elimination.
I like it.
Yeah. Yep. Single pin. Yeah. But yeah, just something to mull over, and just remember when you see one of these big old promotions trying to do what we just said, that we said it right here, okay? But no, I think it's something that we could really make a special thing for California.
Oh, for sure.
I think it'd be something that everybody would like.
I like it.
All right, guys. I gotta get these kids to bed. I didn't realize how late it is.
Yeah, that was a good note to leave it at. I like it. I like it. And a lot of good matches that we have coming up. Last I want to say is everybody, if you didn't already put a donation in for the California sponsorship, do that. The link is in the description section below. Just $5-10. It helps a lot. It's gonna help. Does not go to me, doesn't go to Josh. This is all going 100% to the winners, the 2 winners for the California sponsorship, which you can vote on at the California Armwrestling page. I've got it posted on my page. But yeah, we're going to get 2,000 for the person that wins in the North, 2,000 for the person that wins in the South, and give those candidates an opportunity to travel outside of the state, maybe outside of the country, and compete. supporting our state, getting us together. We can do this, man. And I know that bar is set really high. That's $4,000 that we're trying to get for 2 athletes. But you aim high, you reach high. So
yeah, just think about this. I mean, the average event that we go to will spend $40 an arm or whatever it is, right? And then most of them you're going to buy a t-shirt, this and that, whatever you might do, right? Not North versus South is a separate thing. We're doing this fundraiser drive for the athlete, but we're going to unveil the winner at North versus South, so the connection is kind of there. But think about it this way: we're going to North versus South. There's no entry fee. You're going to have a custom award for every winner of every super match this year. There's going to be an overall award that's super nice. Okay, there's going to be t-shirts for everybody there that's competing, and this is all included. So you take a few bucks that you might have spent somewhere else and you donate it to a great cause. I know that everybody agrees it's a great thing to try to help people to get, further their progress. And it only motivates the newcomers to keep on going, to have something to strive for, and to grow this community that we're trying to do, that we're all trying to grow. So if you got to think about it that way, it shouldn't be too hard. $5-10, it adds up quickly. Next thing you know, we're doing this next year and we're raising even more. We're sending even more people, and you could be one of those that's chosen. It's a random thing. It's just people voting. It's people that have showed that, they are trying to climb, and that's who we're trying to help. The guys that might get missed, a lot of the times. So we appreciate all the help, and it wouldn't be possible without everybody reaching out and doing this together.
Awesome, Josh.
Yeah. All right, so go make that donation. Anything helps. And we are planting seeds for the future of the sport. We are not planting seeds for a future where we, have to pay to support each other all the time, which, is fine. We are planting seeds for the future of a sport that could potentially change the shape of how it looks in the future. Where more sponsors can get involved. This is a very strategic action that we're taking. So we can only do that. We can only bring the sport to something bigger and better by doing it together. And this is one of those tools, one of those ways we're going to plant the seeds to do that. So let's force up, not sit there and wait for other people to do things for us. Let's create this force and let's make it happen.
Yeah, there's a snowball effect, man. I mean, for all we know, next year, this could be the Nike Arm Wrestler of the Year award or something like that, right? You never know where it can go. Mm-hmm. So, but that's how it happens. Big promoters, big sponsors, people like that, they want to know that there's already some type of traction before they get behind something. And if they see something going, that's when you get it to happen. So think about that. Think about the long term, not the short term. The end goal is the result, right?
All right, guys. It's been good having you on. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for hanging out. We will be catching you next week. We will unveil more matches, and we will talk about the 145 round robin and keep this thing rolling.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, no problem, guys. Hey, Kane, reach out to me though about those matches.
You got it.
All right.
I got you first, second, third, and yeah, we'll start with those. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Hey, just make a flyer that says Jeff versus everybody.
I officially called out the bottom of the list on the 145.
Imagine they all show up like the old dock workers back in the day, and they're all, I'm here to pull Jeff. I'm here to pull Jeff. All right, number 9.
They're all just wearing t-shirts with Jeff's face on it.
Put your name in a hat. Let's go.